And yes, we are indeed back once again. Here tonight, we lay witness to the Golden State Warriors taking on the Boston Celtics. Two teams. And we got a decent amount to talk about here in the pregame in regards to who is actually playing, because we know both of them can be dealing with injuries from time to time. So here we go, and let's go ahead and break it down. That is correct. We are indeed back once again here today with the Golden State Warriors taking on the Boston Celtics. And of course, as Knicks fans, we truly are here to watch the downfall of the Boston Celtics, although I am skeptical on whether or not this Warriors team is going to be capable of doing it, mostly because, as we know, they have been dealing with injuries because they played the Knicks pretty recently in a game we covered, and they sent out the Santa Cruz Warriors against them. But they do have a guy available that can somewhat take the load off of some of their other guys, and Kristaps Porzingis. Yes, the Kristaps Porzingis is actually available here tonight for the Golden State Warriors to take on his former team, the Boston Celtics. He's bounced around quite a bit throughout his career. He's at a point now where we're all questioning whether or not he could actually even stay on the team. But Porzingis, he just came back. He had a really good outing the other night, actually. Scored 30 points. I believe it was against the Wizards. Either way, it was a tanking team, and the Warriors pulled off the victory. And so here today, taking on the Boston Celtics, obviously a different breed of competition here tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how the Warriors find a way to battle through it. Here's the thing. We've tuned into Warriors games in which they are without guys like Steph Curry, like Draymond Green, and they find ways to still be competitive, still able to find ways to stay in these games, even against these top-tier competitions. I mean, we laid witness to it. Now, we could argue and quibble about all the things in regards to the Knicks playing down to their competition, but the fact of the matter is the Warriors were in that one, man. Shout out the Warriors. Eric C said, we're going to beat that poor Dingus. Oh, the Celtics will. The Celtics might. They might. They have the player, the star talent, the pool of guys available to them to do so, of course. But here today against the Golden State Warriors, the kind of Santa Cruz Golden State Warriors, of course. We watched them the other day against the New York Knicks, and they were playing their end of their bench, guys, of course, but here today, let's go ahead. Let's see who's available to them. We know Kristaps Porzingis is available. Actually, I don't even think he has a player graphic right now, but we do know Kristaps Porzingis is available to the Golden State Warriors here tonight. No Steph Curry. We know Jimmy Butler tore the ACL. He is out for the long run. Draymond Green is available. He was actually only... let's see the injury report. Yeah, Draymond Green's available. He's not on the injury report. Shout out Draymond Green. He's available. Kristaps Porzingis, he does have a player graphic here. He is available to play here tonight. These were his averages before the trade deadline, and we know he has really struggled to stay on the court because of his POTS diagnosis. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend to know what a POTS diagnosis means, is what it could possibly reveal about the future of Porzingis' career. All I know is that he's playing tonight. He played the other night. I believe it was against the Warriors. Not the Warriors. He plays for the Warriors. I believe it was against the Wizards. It was against the Wizards. The game in which he played the last game. They won 125-117. Obviously a close win. 8-point win against the Wizards, the tanking Wizards. But a win nonetheless. He had 30 points in that game. And so here tonight, he's probably going to be the primary guy. It's going to be interesting to see him and Draymond Green play alongside each other. That's an interesting defensive tandem because we know if anything Porzingis can do as 7'2", 7'3" in shoes, he can stand by the basket, put his hands up. He's got great timing. He's a very good rim protector in that regard, but we'll see what kind of energy and fatigue level he has here today. With the POTS diagnosis, you just kind of never know what you're going to get at Porzingis at this point in his career, and it really makes me wonder, how much longer does he have as a professional basketball player? You know, he's a really fun, intriguing player to watch when he's on. Problem is, he's dealt with obviously lower leg injuries, and now this weird, funky illness diagnosis where it's like, man, it really kind of feels like he's at the end of his career here at 30 years old. It might just be over sooner than he would want it to be because of that situation. Brandon Podziemski has been very good in the absence of so many players. I mean, somebody's going to put the ball in the basket. He is obviously playing the lead guard role here for the Golden State Warriors and doing it at a pretty decent level for what you could expect for a guy of Brandon Podziemski's capabilities. He stepped up in a way that I didn't think he was really capable of doing. So hats off, salute to Brandon Podziemski for actually playing decently well during this stretch. 12, 4, and 3 as season averages for Pods is solid. Obviously ticking that up here as he is in the starting lineup and kind of playing the lead guard role at this point. We'll see if he can do it against this level of defense from the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, unlike the New York Knicks, don't have that tendency of playing down to their competition, especially with how many young guys are actually a part of their rotation that are still trying to carve their own kind of space in the NBA on that team. You know, there is no guarantee that any of those younger guys at the back end of their rotation are going to be a part of their playoff rotation. I mean, I expect them to because they play hard every night, but Hugo Gonzalez, Baylor Shireman, and Jordan Walsh, like those three guys are vying for 2, maybe 1 rotation spots at the end of the rotation come playoff time. We will see, obviously, how deep Joe Mazzulla will trust his bench come playoff time because the playoffs are a different animal. And at this point in the season, with only, a little over 10 games remaining for each team at this point, like we are winding down the season, folks. We are March 18th. We have about 2.5, 3 weeks remaining of the regular season before we start dialing it up again, ready for play-in tournament mode, and then obviously the playoffs start at that point. So here tonight, becomes a really, really intriguing game. Standings wise, we'll go through it more as we get to the Boston Celtics side, of course, because it matters a little bit more to the Boston Celtics with the Knicks nipping right at their heels. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Paul's tried to show he was like that versus the Knicks at the end of the game, but failed miserably. I don't know if he failed miserably. He did fail, obviously, because he missed a shot at the end, but I don't know if it was miserable. It was right on line, just came up short. He had the stones to go ahead and line that thing up from 3 on a pull-up, down 1. He went for the win, and it wasn't a terrible decision. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they miss. People regard the NBA as a make-or-miss league, right? If that goes in, guess what? He's the guy. If that doesn't go in, he missed it, right? He took a chance. I wouldn't necessarily call it miserable, but that's just me. Buddy Hield, Buddy Hield's not even a part of this team anymore, is he? Hold on. He's not. I'm pretty sure he's not. Buddy Hield is no longer a part of this team. He has been traded at the deadline. My goodness, I forgot to move him. What team is he on? Didn't the Knicks play them recently? Can't remember. Either way, he is no longer on the Golden State Warriors, so we can keep moving with Buddy Hield. Quentin Post is questionable. So if you guys have the proper diagnosis on whether or not he's actually playing, go ahead and throw that in the chat. I can check right here. He was, questionable for the game against the Celtics here today with a foot injury. Big men and feet, you tend to be more cautious in that regard. So if it's a foot injury he's questionable with, I tend to believe they'll probably sit him out for that one. Although I could pull up the injury report over here on this side for a more detailed release here. I'll just go ahead and pull up Warriors injuries. Joseph, Quentin Post looks like me. Shout out Quentin Post, my guy Joseph. Might be long lost brothers, big dog. Quentin Post, actually, let's not look up Quentin Post. Let's look up the Golden State Warriors, see if there's an updated injury report for them. So we can report on that now because obviously they have a lot of questionable guys. This was 5 hours ago. We know these. We know Vooch is out for Boston and whatnot. He's the only guy out. And there's no updated report from the Golden State Warriors, so we'll leave it at that. We will leave it at that. Okay. So we will see. We'll see come playoff time. Again, if anybody else has an update, go ahead, fill us in the chat. But let's keep it moving. We got Moses Moody, who is out with a wrist injury, I believe it is. He is out with a wrist injury. He's progressed well, and he remains without a timetable to return from Nick Friedel of The Athletic. So that's never really a good sign. It doesn't necessarily mean they're out indefinitely per se. They just don't want to really reveal the timetable because it could kind of vary depending on how he responds to certain treatment. That's usually when they give you the no timetable thing per se. Like we can look at All-Star Thompson as an example. He sprained his ankle in one game, They diagnosed him with a sprained ankle, and then they also didn't give him a timetable. So again, it kind of just depends on how he responds to treatment, and then how he responds to the rehab process will depend on when he's able to come back. Jeff Brown, what's up, Jeff? Right, so if he responds well and his body responds well, he will be able to come back sooner. If not, then it might be 2 or 3 weeks. And hopefully it doesn't surpass beyond that, because obviously we're starting to look at the start of the playoffs now. And for the Golden State Warriors, the play-in. As a matter of fact, let's pull up their play-in situation, their standing situation right now. And we'll talk about it as we get towards the end of the pregame here. But as we pull that up, let's see where they're standing. I know they're standing in the play-in, and they're unlikely to rise beyond that. They are 5.5 games out of the 7 seed, but even more than that behind Minnesota for a possible 6 seed. So they're into the play-in. Obviously, the next question is whether or not they can get to a home game in the play-in, get to the 7 or 8 to get 2 opportunities to try to jump into the playoffs for that 8 seed. So they are 1 game behind the Clippers. So every win really matters for the Golden State Warriors here, whether or not they're actually going to make the playoffs this year or not, as they're going to be involved in the play-in tournament yet again for the Warriors here. You know, with Steph Curry, you kind of just like your chances in a 1-game sample size situation, right? So either way, Gary Payton, I believe, is out here today, or is he questionable? So many guys questionable for the Warriors as of late. Where is he at? I did see him on the injury report. Maybe he's not on the injury report. He's not on the injury report. I guess he's available to play here today. He was earlier, but now he's not. So I believe he's playing. They must have taken him off, or maybe I just missaw it. Either way, it looks like Gary Payton is available here today. He played really well in that Knicks game. I did not see or check on the Wizards game box score, but he did play well in that one. Shees, what's up, Shees? Come on, brother. Raz Bennett, what's up, Raz? Will Porzingis play tonight? Yes, he is not on the injury report. He is available to play here tonight. So, and along with Gary Payton II. Al Horford has been out for a while. He is out with a minor calf strain, but at his age, 39 years old, going on 40, yeah, he's going to be out for a while. With that being said, let's go over to the Boston Celtics side. Boston Celtics, a little bit more interesting in regards to the players that they have available to them, obviously, because they're more healthy. They are much healthier. As far as the Warriors, who you might be able to see a couple of players here today, DeAnthony Melton is not on the injury report. He will be available to play today. He's a very big, important part of the Golden State Warriors since he came back from the injury. Another guy, Will Richards, who doesn't have a player graphic here. Will Richard is also a rookie for them, but very important in regards to the things they like to do. He's a defensive-minded, squirrely kind of player who can knock down a 3, so you're going to have to get out and run him off the line. Guy Santos has been fantastic for them and as kind of a fill-it-all kind of dude. So shout out Guy Santos. Want to give him a shout out because he will be important and play a ton of minutes for them here tonight as a forward, 6'7" forward. And Pat Spencer can sometimes come in and just kind of fill some valuable guard depth with all of the guard injuries that they have to Butler and Curry, even both Currys, Steph and Seth Curry. So Pat Spencer will get playing time here today, and we'll see for the other guys. We have Nate Williams, Omer Yurtseven, as well as who's the other guy? Malevi Leones. I don't think we see any of those minutes from those guys. LJ Crier's another guy. I don't think we see any minutes from those guys, but we could. We indeed could, so we'll see as the game goes on who Steve Kerr will decide to trust here today. As far as the Boston Celtics go, the only injury they have is Vucevic, but we'll bring that up when we get to him. Let's start with Jayson Tatum, the best player on the Boston Celtics, although this season you could obviously make the argument, and you would be right to make the argument because it is true, that Jaylen Brown is the best player on the Celtics this season. Obviously, with Jayson Tatum coming back from an Achilles tear, that makes sense. Duh. But these are Jayson Tatum's stats last season. I don't want to go ahead and start updating Jayson Tatum's stats with him only playing 4 or 5 games or so, right? So 27 points per game, 8.7 boards, 6 assists is what his averages looked like last year. Obviously, his averages this year are going to pale in comparison for a number of reasons. Number one, he's not playing 35, 36 minutes a night right now. He's not on a minutes restriction, but I do think they want to be cautious with how often they have him out there. So we're not going to see very high minutes usage for Jayson Tatum, but we will see kind of a normal rotation for him as they ease him back in. He is just coming off a rest day, an injury management day for the torn Achilles. So Jayson Tatum is back in full force. And we're going to take it on a game-by-game basis. I'm not going to kill him for just coming back from the Achilles tear. I'm not going to really dive too deeply into how he's playing on a night-to-night basis. It's just going to kind of come as it does. So Jayson Tatum, we're going to have to see how he looks here tonight. For the most part, he's looked pretty solid since he's come back, and he has looked like Jayson Tatum. And I think that's the most important thing. Obviously, the shot is going to be kind of inconsistent. Sometimes it's going to look fantastic in the way that he shoots it and it's going to go in, or he's going to look terrible in the sense that he can't knock anything down from the perimeter. But overall, he looks and moves like Tatum. I think the speed and the quickness is still there. The only thing that I think is off is the timing and the rhythm. And I think that's a great sign for both the Boston Celtics, obviously, but also for Jayson Tatum and his career moving forward. Obviously, medicine and science has come a long way. Raymond, what's up, Raymond? Has come a long way since, previous people have torn their Achilles, because it used to fundamentally change the way you play basketball and you did not come back the way you used to. Now, Jayson Tatum, Kevin Durant, DeJounte Murray, we'll see what Tyler Halliburton looks like. It looks like these guys are able to get back to pretty much who they were before, which is a great sign that an Achilles tear is no longer really a death sentence to these guys. It's nice to see that you can bounce back from him. So I'm interested in seeing how Jayson Tatum progresses, even this year. Bill Jackson, what's up, Bill? Who's better, Chris Paul or Dennis Johnson? Chris Paul. Chris Paul, indeed. Dennis Johnson was solid, but he was never really the best player in his own team. Whether that was because he had to take a step back for Bird, it's still Chris Paul. Jaylen Brown. Now we can wax poetic about Jaylen Brown and the season he's having. He's just coming off a 20 free throw game, and so for all of the complaining he did about not getting calls, whether it was right or not, and trust me, he's got a bit of a gripe for sure. He does get hacked going to the rim, but he rarely flails and flops in order to draw the attention of the official to get the foul call. It makes sense that Jaylen Brown was very upset with a lack of foul calls. Guess what? He's coming off a game where he had 20 free throws, so he got his foul calls. So we'll see how he responds here tonight and what the whistle is like for Jaylen Brown. But I don't want that to distract from the fact that Jaylen Brown has been utterly impressive this season. He has been fantastic. Raymond said he's been playing pretty good from what I saw. Talking about Tatum or talking about Brown? Either way, I tend to agree, Raymond. I tend to agree. Because I think both of these guys have been utterly fantastic this season. Jaylen Brown, 28.8 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, 5.1 assists so far this year. He said, no Jayson Tatum, no problem. Watch me pull my team all the way up to the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. And then we could add my brother, Jayson Tatum, back to the lineup. Jaylen Brown, for all that we can malign Jaylen Brown about a suspect handle, an inconsistent jump shot, arguing with the officials maybe a little too much or caring too much about that, or settling for shots. Either way, he has shut down almost the entire catalog of criticism that we have levied against Jaylen Brown this season. Now, obviously, we can still levy criticism against them. Turnovers, a little high. 3-point percentage is solid and respectable, but could be higher. At that point, we can start nitpicking things. But he has been so good as the face of this franchise in the absence of Jayson Tatum that it now becomes an interesting question when he comes back. It's like, okay, how much do we play through Brown and how much do we play through Tatum? And what is that relationship going to turn into next season when both guys are back in full force, right? We know that before the injury, it was Jayson Tatum's team, and Jaylen Brown was a supplementary star. He was still a star, but still a supplementary star to Jayson Tatum. Now, I don't know. Jayson Tatum off an Achilles injury. Jaylen Brown taking a step up this season, increasing his productivity, increasing his ability to handle the ball and make decisions. He's been incredibly impressive, and I think the conversation is interesting. I know people have tried to have it, and I think my issue with them is they've tried to have it in bad faith. I don't think it's much of a conversation this year because Tatum is just coming back off the injury. It's very clearly, we're going to play through Jaylen Brown, and then we'll ease in Jayson Tatum. Next season, I think, is when that conversation gets interesting. So we're going to forget all about that and just focus on the fact that Jaylen Brown has been absolutely fantastic and has led his team to this point. And now you throw in the monkey wrench that is Jayson Tatum. It should only help. That is my expectation, that it's only going to help this Boston Celtics team, which makes them incredibly scary and dangerous moving forward. Bill Jackson said, so you don't know Seattle Supersonic Dennis Johnson? When you get some time to do the research? True. Very fair. But again, he did not win. Neither did Chris Paul, but he did drag them to a finals. I'm still going Chris Paul. But shout out Dennis Johnson. You're right. I completely ignored Seattle Supersonic Dennis Johnson. Derek White, 17.4 points per game, 4.4 boards, 5.7 assists. Derek White, absolutely fantastic season, despite the fact that the efficiency just has not been there for Derek White. He's shooting about 40% from the field, which is not good. He's ticked up his three-point percentage to around 34, 35-ish percent, especially since Tatum has come back. The thing with Tatum coming back, what it really helps is guys like Derek White and Payne Pritchard kind of move down the pecking order there. David Oz Jr., what's up, David? Ocean View Coffee Shop, what's up, Ocean View? Is Steph playing tonight? No, Steph Curry still. Steph Curry's still out. The last report said that there's optimism that he could come back before the end of March. Toby Larone, what's up, Toby? Good day. Good day, Toby. How you doing, brother? Derek White, despite the fact that his efficiency has been so down this season, he has been by far one of the most impactful players in the NBA season, point blank period. The playmaking defensively, as far as obviously we know him to be a phenomenal perimeter defender and a point of attack defender, but the playmaking defensively, averaging over about 3 stocks per game at 2.7 here, is incredible for a 6'4 guard. He's actually averaging more blocks than steals, which is mind-boggling. He is by far the best rim protecting guard we've had since at least Dwayne Wade. And he is absolutely fantastic at it right now. He is dominating that category in comparison to his peers in that same position who are kind of similar or have similar skill sets or similar builds to Derek White. His timing, his anticipation skills, his ability to get to that point, obviously having the perimeter defenders where he can know that, and the defensive system that Joe Mazzulla has implemented to know, well, I can leave my spot and go help protect the rim because I know I can trust my teammate to make that extra rotation to get there. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? White and Brown, and Ivory live together in Celtics harmony. Hilarious. Oda Austin said, who is Derek White? Who is Derek White? This is Derek White. Derek White, probably in the top tier of high-level role players to borderline star/all-star level players. He's never made an all-star team. He's been in consideration before. I do think maybe he should make 1 or 2 before his time is done here in the NBA. But at 31 years old, we'll see how much longer he has at the peak, tippy top of his powers right now as one of the premier elite role guys in the NBA. My goodness, can he kind of dominate a game with his impact, right? Not even his shot making, not his scoring capabilities, not his three-point shooting, although he could do that in some regard as well. But it really comes down to his impact, and it's hard. I'm saying impact, and that's such a vague term, but like his presence out there, his decision making, his ability to be a ball mover, his ability to be a ball handler, his ability to be a connective passer. He's a great cutter. He can finish at the rim. He can shoot the three, and he does it all and plays extremely confidently. And I didn't even mention, obviously, because we already talked about it, how impactful he can be defensively. I mean, Derek White is just one of my favorite players in the league, point blank period. I like this guy. And unfortunately, he plays for the Boston Celtics, so it's hard for me to root for him. But he has been absolutely fantastic. Raz Bennett said Chris Paul has never won a championship. He is not. Toby said, go Houston, demolish the Warriors. Houston is not playing the Warriors today, brother. The Boston Celtics are. Payne Pritchard is back on the bench, where he's probably most effective. He was solid as a starting point guard, but he's probably most effective as a backup guard and the sixth man of this team. He already has a sixth man of the year award under his belt, and rightfully so. I think he's absolutely had a tremendous season as well. A lot of these guys started off slow this season for the Boston Celtics before they truly kind of found their role and their rhythm on this team. Obviously, starting the season without Tatum was a bit of a weird situation because you take your best player, you remove him, and now you have to kind of figure out the pecking order from there and what it takes to have that level of responsibility on your shoulders. So a lot of these guys started shooting slow. Obviously, Derek White's still shooting a little slow here. Shooting has yet to pick up. But I do believe because Jayson Tatum is back in the rotation, everybody falls down the pecking order. And so guys like Payne Pritchard and Derek White are getting quality of looks that they didn't necessarily get before. Ben Thompson, what's up, Ben? So Payne Pritchard is back to being absolutely the best, if not one of the best backup guards or backup players, period, in the NBA. 17 a game off the bench, 4.1 rebounds, 5.3 assists. He's fantastic in that regard. Three-point shooting has ticked up. He's getting better looks as well. He's also diversifying his game, not just being a three-point shooter, but getting to the mid-range, creating shots for himself. And again, that experience as the starting point guard for about half the season was extremely valuable for a guy like Payton Pritchard to kind of fully grasp the gravity of what it means to have all that pressure and responsibility on your shoulders. And now, with a little less responsibility and pressure on his shoulders, he can kind of go out and be an even better version of himself that he was before. Ronald, what's up, Ronald? Appreciate you, brother. Neemias Queta, one of the surprise developments of this season. He's truly become a legitimate starting center in the NBA, one of the better rim runners in the league right now. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a Clint Capella-ish type of player. He's a little bit further along. He's about, 26 years old? Yeah, so he reminds me a little bit of Clint Capella in his development in the sense that he defends the rim well, but is not an elite rim defender. Defends the rim very well, though. Rebounds very well, but not an elite rebounder, but rebounds it very well. He's got great hands. He's got very good hands. He doesn't have great hands. He has very good hands. He's very good in a lot of regards. He's just a really quality starting center in the NBA. 10.1 points, 8.4 boards, 1.5 assists. He's a little bit different of a look that the Celtics team has had the past couple of seasons, relying on guys like Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis to also have that ability to stretch the defense to the three-point line and beyond, having to go out and guard those to have the paint wide open for their attackers like Tatum and White and Pritchard and Brown. And without that, now you have this Neemias Queta figure hanging around the basket because that's obviously where he's more effective. He's not really going to shoot anything outside of the paint. But what he is he's a better screener and roller to the rim than both Porzingis and Al Horford. He's younger, he's more athletic, and I think he's got better hands in that regard. And he's also learning on the fly and doing it at an extremely fast rate of how to play out of the short roll, and that's whether to swing it to the other side or pour it on the floor and actually attack the basket. Neemias Queta developing it at a very fast rate, and it's been very needed by this Boston Celtics team who came into the season not really knowing what they were going to do at the center spot. They knew that they were going to give Neemias Queta an opportunity to win that starting center spot, but they weren't entirely sure if he was going to be ready for that role this season or not. And boy, oh boy, as he just said, no, I'm ready. Give it to me and let's go. And they gave it to him, and they have been soaring ever since. He's been absolutely fantastic. We only have a couple of guys remaining here. Like I said, Nikola Vucevic is out with the injury to his hand, fracture in his right finger, right ring finger, and he's going to be reevaluated 3 to 4 weeks, and that was March 7th. So we're looking at the start of April here, which is only the last couple of games of the regular season, so we'll see if Vucevic is going to be back for them. The reason why they traded for Nikola Vucevic in the first place, right, they made the trade deadline deal of swapping Vucevic and Anthony Simons for a number of reasons. Some of it money, some of it was contract. He has a more favorable contract than Simons. Salvador Chavez, what's up, Salvador? Ben Thompson said Queta is good. He's gonna roll. He's gonna roll tonight. Yeah, I think he is against the Golden State Warriors. They don't really have anybody to match his size. Obviously, Porzingis is going to be in there, but he's not much of a rough and tumble dude to battle him down low. So we'll see how Queta manages that matchup, having to guard him out on the perimeter. Queta does a really good job of kind of sliding his feet as well. He's really good on that. So I'm interested to see that matchup. That's an interesting matchup. A battle of styles there. And obviously, Porzingis, I'm sure, would love to go up against his former team, the Boston Celtics, who kind of traded him for nothing. Kind of just swapped him out of there for nothing when they moved him over to Atlanta initially. So I'm sure he wants some semblance of revenge. A Kristaps Porzingis revenge game could be in store here for the Golden State Warriors against the Celtics here tonight. But Vucevic, part of the reason they traded for Nikola Vucevic again was, some of the money thing. He has a more favorable contract than Simons, a little bit easier to trade. Simons was a little bit tougher to find value for, not because Anthony Simons is not good. He was very valuable for the Boston Celtics this season. But he's a high-usage ball-handling guard who makes a lot of money, right? And those aren't in style right now in the NBA. Teams aren't falling over themselves to go ahead and acquire Anthony Simons. So the best that I think they could do was kind of reduce their payroll, get under that tax apron, and swap him over for a familiar archetype. A stretch big. And while Vucevic is on the downside of his career at 35 years old, he can transition now into a backup role, which I think is probably a little bit better for him at this stage in his career. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, trapped in the 90s? Where the Chicago Bulls had him starting the last 3 or 4 years that he was there. Not the greatest situation for Vucevic to be there. He can obviously no longer really anchor a team. Not that it was ever really a strength of his. It's only gotten worse as he's gotten older. So it's a familiar role for the Celtics, where if they want to go to stretch a 5-out lineup with a stretch big, they could do so with Nikola Vucevic, who is still a very good and productive offensive player. He could also still be very good on the glass as well. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Thought you were taking the night off? We thought about it, but there's basketball to be played, so we might as well cover one of these games. And with the Knicks inching closer to the Boston Celtics, again, we'll go over the standings in a second here, because we still have about 5 or so minutes before we get the tip-off. We'll have time. We'll go over the standings, we'll go around the rest of the NBA slate, and then we'll get to the game. But Vucevic can provide a 5-out lineup for the Boston Celtics. I think the biggest concern is how he fits in defensively. He is an absolute nightmare on the defensive side of the ball. Like, he can be taken advantage of. Now that Tatum is back, I think they're kind of hoping to see that lineup. It's unfortunate that Vooch gets hurt when Tatum does come back, because I think you can maybe hide some of his deficiencies playing alongside a versatile defender like Tatum, but Tatum is just coming back from the injury, so how much can he cover up for Vooch at this point, right? This early in his comeback. But either way, it's going to be interesting. I know they have Luka Garza right now as the backup center, which still provides them that 5-out look that they do really like, because we know the Celtics love to hoist them up from 3. But Nikola Vucevic is, I think, the more established veteran player who does have a little bit more of, not a little bit, in terms of the Luka Garza situation. He has more experience than Luka Garza, but not a ton of experience for Nikola Vucevic. Only had a couple of opportunities to actually play in the playoffs. Joe said OKC already secured their spot in the playoffs yesterday with that win. Yeah, we are getting to that point in the season where teams are locking up playoff spots, man. We're getting there. We are getting there. So only a couple of players still remaining here for the Boston Celtics. Sam Hauser is a classic 3-and-D archetypical player, 9.2 points, 3.9 boards, 1.5 assists. The reason why you see his field goal percentage and his three-point percentage very close is because majority of his shots are coming from the three-point line. Very occasionally attacks a closeout and gets to the mid-range and actually puts a shot up, whether it's a mid-range shot or actually attacking the basket. He'll usually, if you run him off the line, attack, get to the rim, and then look for another kick out after that. He is getting a little bit better at trying to find open space in that mid-range, not always driving and kicking or shooting threes, trying to diversify his game just enough to still remain a threat even when ran off the three-point line. But obviously we know his bread and butter is getting open from three-point range, spreading it out to at least 30 feet, maybe even a little bit past that as well up top. Tread, what's up, Tread? Boston should blow them out? I mean, should. Any team can beat any team on any given night, which is why we're giving this game a go here tonight. Yes, the Boston Celtics should be heavily favored. Absolutely. They are healthier. They are overall better. They are playing better as of right now. And if you just look on paper, the Boston Celtics should absolutely blow out the Golden State Warriors here tonight. But this is why you play the games. You never truly know. You never truly know until the ball is rolled out there. But I would not be surprised in the least bit if the Celtics do end up running away with this one here tonight. But Sam Hauser, again, your typical 3-and-D guy, he has now kind of built up the reputation of just being a really solid defender. He's not like super stout or anything. You're not going to put him on somebody and expect him to lock him up, but he will stay in front of guys. He will contest height, 6'7". He's got the size and the length to contest pretty much anybody, obviously forwards and below. And he's, solid. Stays in front of guys, like I said. End of days, what's up, end of days? Boston will, will win, no doubt in my mind. Yeah, they are likely to win. Even when the Knicks played the Santa Cruz Warriors the other day on national TV, obviously that was a very close game. The Knicks definitely played down to the competition, which is something the Celtics don't normally struggle with at all. They normally don't play down to the competition. But like I said, there's a reason why you play the games. You never truly know. Celtics could have a miserable shooting night, and the Warriors could have one of those fantastic shooting nights. And this is why you have to play the games, and we don't just jot down the W in pen, right? This is why you kind of write it in pencil, and if you got to erase it and change it up, you still could. RC Life, what's up, RC Life? Appreciate you, brother. One of the few guys we're going to get to here, Hugo Gonzalez. Hugo Gonzalez has carved out a role here, even though he's a rookie on this Celtics team as the number 2 seed in the East. He still managed to carve out a role on this team in his rookie season by just being an energy and effort guy off the bench. Like, he is, I guess, the closest version of Josh Hart that the Celtics have right now. He comes flying in. He wins all the loose ball 50-50 battles that he's involved in, it feels like, at least. You look at his counting stats, none of it's really going to stand out to you. 4.2 points, 3.6 assists. It's like, okay. 34% from three-point range. It's like, all right, kind of a middling shooter. A little bit respectable, but not really. We're still going to dare him to shoot it a little bit. The thing with Hugo Gonzalez is he just hustles. And it's not the greatest bit of analysis for me, but the kid is involved in like every major scrum that is involved in the game. If you don't properly put a body on him, he'll come flying out of nowhere to snag a rebound and keep the possession alive, or at least battle to keep a possession alive. Gonzalez kind of just gives you everything you need from your ninth man off the bench, which is just give me energy, give me hustle, get to the paint, make stuff happen, knock down an open shot when the ball swings to you. You know? Absolutely invaluable to this Boston Celtics team this year with the way he's played. Another guy who's kind of been invaluable in the same regard, just kind of being a hustle guy out there, a little bit older, Baylor Shireman, 25 years old. I believe this is his third season with the Celtics this year. This is his third season, finally cracking into the rotation this year. I do think come playoff time, if the rotation does shrink, I could see Shireman getting those minutes ahead of Hugo Gonzalez, but we'll see even if they even have to shorten it, right? Shireman, 4.6 points, 3.1 rebounds, 1.2 assists. Again, we look at the counting stats. None of it's really going to stand out to you. I think the most impressive thing for Baylor Shireman is 38% from three-point range, because you can't really leave him open in the same way that you could dare a guy like Hugo Gonzalez to shoot, because Shireman is knocking down at a pretty high clip right now. And for a team that does a great job of swinging the ball around, you do find yourself leaving Baylor Shireman more often than you find yourself leaving guys like Derek White or Brown or Tatum or Hauser, guys like that, because you know for a fact those guys are knockdown shooters if they're open. Shireman is a little bit more unproven, but he has been killing teams this season by playing off of the gravity of those bigger players. And again, like Hugo Gonzalez, really excels at those loose ball situations, just hustling, just being an energy and effort guy out there. He's been fantastic. RC Life said, right, everyone got to play a role. Even a screw keeps the engine together. Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes you just have to take the role that you're given. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you just have to strive in the role that you're given. Even if you think maybe you could do more, you just take the role that you're given now and then hope that you can get the opportunity to expand it in the future. And I think that's where Gonzalez and maybe even a little bit of Shireman are at right now. But with that being said, we're getting ready for tip-off as the guys are coming out onto the court. Here we go. Let's get that up going. Let's get this going there. And boom, and boom. We'll get the starting lineups for you guys right here. That's the injury report. Are we all the way down here? We're not all the way down here. We're up here. The Golden State Warriors win the tip thanks to Kristaps Porzingis, and there we go. Boom. There we go. The Warriors have the first possession. Green down low. Santos goes up, misses the layup under the rim. Well contested by Queta. Derek White saves it from going out of bounds, and Queta will bring it down and gets it back to White. Here we go. Start the timer. My bad. 11:36 to go here in the first. We're just getting to the game. First offensive possession for the Celtics. Brown has it up top, being guarded by Pod. They get it down low to Tatum to the rim. Gets blocked by Kristaps Porzingis. Queta picks it up. Porzingis recovers and blocks that one too. Two straight blocks for Porzingis to start the game. They get it down low to Green. Green leaves it off. Porzingis gets knocked out of his hands, but a foul is called, I believe, and Porzingis will go to the foul and 2 free throws, and just like that, in the game, Kristaps Porzingis, the revenge game is on its way for Porzingis. What a start for Porzingis here tonight. You know, just coming back from being out for a while with the pot situation. He's got a big smile on his face after he came up with back-to-back blocks on his former teammates. Porzingis does miss a free throw, though. We can't be missing free throws, big dog. We can't be missing free throws. Joseph said Porzingis wants his get back on his former team. Yeah, I mean, they traded him for pretty much nothing when they sent him over to Atlanta. Very little. As Porzingis misses 2 free throws, ball knocked out of bounds by Santos. All right, Porzingis. You come up with 2 big blocks, and then you miss 2 free throws in a row. Here we go. All right, Celtics bringing it down. Tatum has it up top. He's being guarded by DeAnthony Melton. Hands it off to Hauser. Off the handoff, a straightaway 3, a right wing 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Here comes Podzimski has it up top, being guarded by White. Podziemski gets it over to Porzingis. Straightaway three. Line me up. Kristaps Porzingis to start the game. Okay, he just needed to recalibrate the shot in his hand. Knocking down that straightaway three after missing 2 free throws. They get it out. Tatum lobs it back down low to Keita. Gets picked off by Pods. Hit ahead pass to Porzingis. Porzingis has it on the right wing. Catches pump fakes being guarded by Derek White. Derek White hits the floor. Porzingis fires. Ooh, Porzingis, he's getting spicy here today. He wants it going in TD Arena, by the way. We are in Boston, so he's going against his former crowd as well. Brown, step back, pump fake, leans in, puts up the foul line, jumper over Melton. Got it to go for Jaylen Brown, just to calm things down for his team. Here comes Golden State bringing it down now. Melton has it on the left wing, being guarded by White. Coming to his right off the Porzingis screen. Leaves it off for Santos. Gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis spins. Coming to his left. Hands it off to Podziemski. Podziemski up top. Swings it out. Draymond Green, a right wing three. Draymond Green lines it up from three-point range, and that's back-to-back threes for the Warriors' big men here. 6-2, 10 minutes to go. Early in this first quarter, Tatum has it up top, coming to his right, the Keita screen, stops, pump fakes, kicks it out to Brown. Brown being guarded by Santos, driving it down, stop, pump fake, spins. He's got nowhere to go as he picked up his handle, now over to Keita. Keita trying to get it back to Brown. Good denial defense from Santos. Brown spins back, gets the handoff, double clutches in the air, can't get the shot to go down, but he does draw the foul on the jump shot. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws here with 9:47 to go. RC Life said he got excited. He did get excited. Supreme Vader, what's up, Vader? That's an exciting start for Kristaps Porzingis. The Porzingis revenge game in full effect so far. So far. We'll see if he keeps up this pace as the game goes on. Brown at the foul line for his 2 free throws, and he knocks down his first one. He's got another one coming. Joe said, I love the aggressiveness in his game so far. So far, he's got 2 blocks. 2 big blocks to start the game. He's knocked down to 3. He's gotten to the foul line, although he missed the 2 free throws. Brown knocks down his 2 free throws. And it's 6-4, 9:47 to go. And the Golden State Warriors will bring it down. So far, their first 2 baskets have come from 3-point shots. Let's see how they generate their offense now. They get over to Draymond Green. Green hands it off to Podziemski. Podziemski pump fakes. Getting down in the lane. Kicks it out. DeAnthony Melton catches. Pump fake. 1 dribble in. 3-point shot for Melton. Can't get it to go. Porzingis knocks the rebound out. But Derek White able to pick up the loose ball. And White's going to push it the other way. Has it. Leaves it off for Brown. Brown up top being guarded by Podziemski. Stops. Turns. Spins coming to his left. Crosses over to his right. Now he has Podziemski in the post on the right wing. On the left wing. Stops. Turns. Spins. Fall away jumper in the paint. And he comes up short. Rebound to Santos. And Santos is going to push it the other way. Hit ahead to Melton. Melton back to Santos. He'll take the lane. Stops. Kicks it up top. Porzingis. Extra pass to Melton. Wide open left wing 3. Great ball movement. Does not result in a basket for Melton as he's way off in that 3-point attempt, and Derek White cleans it up with a rebound. Here comes Jaylen Brown bringing it down. He has it on the right wing. Hands it off to Tatum. Tatum on the right wing, dancing with it against Santos. Coming to his left off the Keita screen. He's got space, steps back, straightaway 3 for Jayson Tatum, and he splashes in nothing but net. Not great defensive effort there for the Celtics as Santos got caught on the Keita screen there and just kind of died on it. Didn't even look to recover. Podziemski blows past Hauser, kicks it out. Extra pass. Santos left wing 3. In and out, can't get it to go. Porzingis, the offensive rebound in the paint, goes up, draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. 2 more free throws, trying to redeem himself on this trip to the foul line. Joe said, I'm talking about all the players. Oh, you did say this game, so from everybody, but I will say I mostly love the aggressiveness for Porzingis so far here tonight. If I could get my words out properly, I love the aggressiveness from Porzingis so far here tonight. Oh, they called the foul on the floor, so no free throws for Porzingis. Green hits Santos' gun back door, and he gets the layup with the right hand. Beautiful pass from Draymond Green. Great finish and cut from Guy Santos there. And it's 8-7, a back-and-forth game so far here to start. Tatum crosses over off the screen in the paint, kicks it out. Hauser lines it up from the right wing. He's open, and he knocks it down. And Guy Santos gets caught sleeping off ball yet again. They are attacking Santos defensively right now. Here comes Podziemski bringing it down the other way. He has it up top, being guarded by Hauser. Podziemski coming to his right, off the Porzingis screen, driving it down, kicks it in the corner. Draymond Green will fire another one, and he'll hit another one for Draymond Green. My goodness. Again, like I said, this could be the kind of night where Golden State relies on the 3-point shot, and if the variance is in their favor, they could pull this victory off for sure. Brown up top, but obviously it has to be in their favor for the entirety of the game, not just the opening minutes of this first quarter. White in the lane throws up a float over Podziemski, and he gets it to go. Great move for Derek White. Nice finish there. 12-11, 7:43 to go. And Santos bringing it down against Hauser, has it in the paint, picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Podziemski. Podziemski lines up the right wing 3. He's got space. He misses it. Porzingis battling on the glass, but knocked out of bounds by Keita, and the ball will remain here with the Warriors with 7:32 to go. set this back up right here. There we go. Pat Spencer subs in. Gary Payton II subs in as well. Tread said, let's go Boston. We got some people rooting for Boston, some people rooting for the Warriors. I love it. I love it. DeAnthony Melton gets it in the green. Green in the left corner. They're daring him to shoot. He puts up another one. Throws up a brick that time. Way off on that one. Here comes Tatum bringing it down. Tatum up top, crosses over to his left off a high Cater screen. Straightaway three on the pull-up. Got it to go for Jayson Tatum. And if he's back, it might be currents for the rest of the East if Jayson Tatum is back to being Jayson Tatum. Gary Payton gets it down low to Draymond Green. Green can't get the layup to go. Cater rips down a rebound. Tries to get over to Derek White from Tatum. And Gary Payton II jumps the lane, steals it, gets it back to DeAnthony Melton, who splashes a three, getting those 3 points right back. It's 15-14. These teams are going back and forth here tonight. Just under 7 minutes to go here as we are approaching the halfway point. Tatum, another pull-up. He's hit two. Halfway down on the third one, but he does miss it as it rims out. Green with the rebound, pushing it the other way. Draymond Green leaves it off to Porzingis. Porzingis the straightaway three. He misses that one. He's now 1 for 3 from three-point range. Tatum recovers the rebound. Here comes Derek White bringing it down right side of the court. Now he has it up top being guarded by Payton. Coming to his right, hits Jaylen Brown, cutting back door, and Jaylen Brown gets the easy two-handed slam. Bad defense that time from the Warriors. Got caught sleeping on the backdoor cut from Jaylen Brown there. 6:20 to go in this first quarter. DeAnthony Melton coming to his left, snaking it back to his right hand off the green screen. Tries to get it over to Green. Ball gets knocked loose. Green knocks it off the backboard. Cater recovers. And now here come the Boston Celtics after forcing the turnover. Derek White hit ahead past the Tatum. Tatum on the right wing being guarded by Porzingis. Former teammates. He pump fakes. Driving to his right. Stops in the mid-range. Kicks it up top. Jaylen Brown. He's got space. He fires. And he knocks it down. And it's a 20-14 start with 6 minutes to go. And we're gonna get our first Golden State timeout here tonight. As both wings are doing their thing here tonight. Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. 2 for 4 from Tatum on 2 threes. 3 for 4 from Brown. He's up to 9 points. He's got himself to the foul line for a free throw or two. And we have exactly 6 minutes to go. We are at exactly the halfway point so far here tonight. It's been a very intriguing game with how back and forth this game has been so far. I like it. I do like it, but I'm worried. I'm worried because so far, the Warriors are relying pretty heavily. A 3 from Melton, 2 threes from Green, a 3 from Porzingis is so far the only way they've scored with the players on the court right now. Right? The only other 2-point basket, or the only 2-point basket so far tonight was on a backdoor cut from Guy Santos that Draymond Green hit him with. Outside of that, it's been nothing but threes. So I'm worried about the Warriors' offense right now and how well they're going to be able to generate offense against this stout Celtics defense. Robespierre, what's up, Robespierre? Warriors get clobbered tonight? It could indeed be that kind of night. It could indeed. It could indeed. But I do think this game is worthy of checking out for sure. This is the earliest game on here today. No other game on right now. It is an ESPN game, a nationally televised game. Cool. The other games we have on the NBA slate here tonight, Thunder Nets. We have Blazers, Pacers. We have Raptors, Bulls, Jazz, Timberwolves, Clippers, Pelicans, Hawks, Mavericks, Nuggets, Grizzlies, and the late game for ESPN 9:30 start time. The Lakers are taking on the Houston Rockets. And they are just coming off a very fun, very intriguing game that they played the other night. They are back. They are back for a rematch almost immediately here. And so this should be a good one, but it is a little too late for me here tonight. RC Life said, it feels like the Warriors are always losing. Well, they are without their best player, by far their best player, their entire offensive engine in Steph Curry. So it makes sense. It does indeed make sense. They have struggled without Steph Curry. It would make less sense if they didn't, right? Like if they continued to be mostly the Warriors without Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, by the way, which I always forget to include Jimmy Butler in the injury prognosis for the Warriors as well. But no Jimmy Butler as well. You know, they're top two players. They're top two guys who can kind of generate offense all by themselves, or at least garner attention from defensive systems. And now it's just kind of Porzingis, and teams aren't super worried about Porzingis, although he can be he can get hot. So we'll see how Porzingis manages tonight. Again, he's only made the 1 3 after that. Outside of that, not much. Not much. He's only attempted 3 so far, outside of getting fouled inside the paint. RC Life said, it feels like the Warriors always lose. I read that one already. My bad. But yeah, so we have the Lakers-Rockets later tonight, but I don't think we will be covering that game. RC Life said, Curry's been hurt for a minute. What's wrong with him? He is out with, what was the injury? I can see it right here. It's a knee injury. And the past couple of weeks, they would put out, the Warriors would put out like, hey, 10 more days for Steph. And then 10 days would be up and they'd be like, well, 10 more days. It's like they kept hitting the snooze button on the Steph Curry return. They kept hitting snooze on that injury and they're like, 10 more days. And then after 10 more days, they'd be like, give us 10 more days with Steph. So he, like it says here, they're optimistic he'll be back by the end of March. But we are quickly approaching the end of March. We have another week. We have another week and a half here in March. So time is ticking for Steph Curry and the Warriors to make their return. D'Anthony Melton coming off the screen, fires away. A three comes up short. Rebound to Keita. Here comes Jayson Tatum. And we are under 6 minutes to go. Peyton Pritchard is now in the game. Over the top pass. Tatum on the left wing. Hesitates, now puts it up, and he knocks it down. And Jayson Tatum's got the shot tonight, man. He's got the shot tonight. It's a 9-point early lead here for the Boston Celtics. This could get ugly early. Draymond Green on the left wing. Hands it off to Pat Spencer. Pat Spencer coming to his left. Stops. Coming to his right. They kick it out. Draymond Green, he pump fakes, driving it down inside to Spencer. Throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked out to Hauser. Hit ahead to Green. Hit ahead to Brown. Brown driving down. Crosses over to his left. Kicks out to Pritchard. And a bad pass from Brown. Pritchard not prepared for it to be all the way on his left side. Mishandles it on the one-handed catch, and it goes out of bounds. And the Celtics and the Warriors catch a little bit of a break on a Celtics turnover there. Unforced error. The Warriors bringing it down now. Pat Spencer has it up top. Coming to his right up the Gary Payton screen. They get it over to Green. Green fires another three, and he misses it. They were leaving Green butt naked wide open. He knocked down his first two. He's now missed his last two. Here comes Shireman, who's now in the game. He has it up top to get over to Keita. Keita being guarded by Quinn Post, who is playing here today. They get over to Brown, being guarded by Melton. That's not a great matchup for the Warriors. Brown spins off of Melton, bullies his way into the paint, step back, fall away jumper. Gotta go for Jaylen Brown. That's been his patented move this season, the fall away mid-range shot after catching it in the mid-post there. And he's been knocking it down with consistency. Pat Spencer driving it down now. Step back, mid-range pull-up jumper comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Tatum snags it. Here comes Jayson Tatum pushing it the other way. Tatum has it up top, being guarded by Pat Spencer. Stops, step back, straightaway three for Tatum. He's feeling it. Misses that one. A little bit of a heat check for Tatum. I like it, though. I like the aggression looking for that shot. He's feeling himself. Here comes Green pushing it the other way. Green gets it up top of the post, leaves it off of Melton. Melton has it up top, being guarded by Shireman. Directing traffic. Melton is going to look to attack Shireman off the bounce, leans in, throws up the floater, can't get it to go as it just rolls off the side of the rim. Battle for the loose ball. Melton picks it back up off the rebound. Here comes Pat Spencer, left wing three. He got it to go down. Okay. Got the 3 points right back. But again, I'm a little nervous. They have been incapable of getting anything inside the paint, anything clean. They've missed all their twos except for one guy, Santos, cut to the rim. Payne Pritchard dancing with it against Gary Payne to get over to Keita. Keita being guarded by Post. Drop step. Pump fake, step through, righty hook, can't get it to go. Good defense from Post there, and he snags the rebound. Here comes Green. Green on the right wing, stops, pulls it out, picks up his handle, swings it out. Pat Spencer, pump fakes, driving to his right, down the lane, kicks it up top. Quentin Post, a straightaway three. Quentin Post off the back rim, can't get it to go. Shireman rips down a rebound. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Brown pushing it, has it up top, crosses over to his left, down the lane against Post, leans in, pump fake, steps back, and knocks down the little push out in the paint after creating some space. A nice bully ball move there from Jaylen Brown. It's 27-17, a 10-point lead, and Jaylen Brown has 13 of those 27 points. He's hooping here tonight. Gary Payton swings it out to Draymond, catches and pump fakes, driving it down inside to Gary Payton. Gary Payton kicks it out to Pat Spencer. Pat Spencer up top, coming to his right. Being guarded by Pritchard, driving it down. Step back, spins, now coming to his left. Shot clock winding down, spins again. Fall away jumper at the foul line, in and out, can't get it to stay. Gary Payton comes flying over the back of Keita and gets a putback kind of tip in. He tried to slam it down, but it fell out of his hands, but it still went through the rim anyway, so they'll give him the 2 points. 19-27, Keita has it up top. Keita throws it down low to Tatum. Extra bullet pass out to Shireman. Right corner three, wide open. Can't get it to go. Jaylen Brown skies for a rebound, though, over Melton. Kicks it out to Pritchard. A deep straightaway three, and he knocks it down on the relocation. And that's what you can't allow if you're the Warriors. You forced a miss. Well, you didn't force a miss, but you got lucky with Shireman missing the open three. Green kicks it out. Gary Payton, he'll line up a three. He's wide open. He can't get it to go. Rebound to Keita. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Brown pushing it the other way. It's an 11-point lead, 30-19. Defense has been stout for the Celtics so far to start the game, allowing nothing inside the paint. Tatum coming to his left. Off the Kata screen, swings through down the lane, scoop lay with the right hand, can't get it to go. Kata with the tip, can't get it. Fight for the rebound. Post picks it up, and they get over to Pat Spencer, hit ahead to Green. Green one man to beat, and Pritchard trying to bully his way to the basket. Layup way off, but Gary Payton right there for the offensive rebound and put back. It's a 9-point game and a timeout for the Boston Celtics. Want to talk a couple of things over with 1:45 to go here in the first quarter. Okay. Celtics not going down without Warriors not going down without a fight. It's only a 9-point game after a pretty dismal start for the Warriors here. Tatum and Brown have played the entirety of this first quarter, so it'll be interesting to see when those guys go to the bench to start the second quarter to see how if the Warriors will be able to get back into this one and tie the game up or maybe even take the lead. Benzino said Rockets should win that rematch. It is hard to beat a team 2 times in a row like that, so close to how close you guys have competed. So, yeah, all things considered, the Celtics have been playing excellently as of late, but the Rockets will indeed be looking for some semblance of revenge. Absolutely. Benzino said the stash is cash. Are we talking about Pat Spencer? Or are we talking about Quentin Post? Who is the stash? Is that Pat Spencer? That's got to be Pat Spencer, right? He's got the more defined mustache for sure. Naughty Ghost, what's up, Naughty Ghost? Do we have 2 chefs today, or is Curry still on vacation? Curry's still on vacation. He's out with that knee injury. I mean, look, man, you don't recover as quickly as you used to when you're 37 years old, right? When you are a 37-year-old professional athlete, you do not recover the way you did when you were 27. Heck, you don't even recover the way you did when you were 32 or 33. Steph Curry, he's been about to return like 3 or 4 times now. They now put out the response that he is... They are optimistic. So they're not even 100% sure yet, but they're optimistic that he will return before the end of March. Kanyan Pepper. What's up, Kanyan Pepper? Everyone always has their best game versus the Knicks. Warriors who showed up Sunday will play normal today. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. That is the price you pay for being a New York Knick, is that you get the best from everybody every night, right? I wouldn't have it any other way. Which is why the Knicks are always battle-tested when it comes to the playoffs. Always battle-tested. I mean, Draymond Green's taken 6 shots. I think 5 of them have been 3-point shots. He's got 6 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. He's 2 for 6 from the field. The 2 shots he made were his first 2 threes of the night, and that's it. Jayson Tatum's hit 3 threes. Majority of his shots to come from 3-point range, kind of like Draymond, but obviously we know Tatum's actually a good 3-point shooter. Benzino said Pat Spencer, yes. I did realize Pat Spencer. I was just looking at their images here, and Quentin Post also has a pretty defined mustache, but that is definitely a Pat Spencer thing. For sure. I see it. 13 for Brown, 9 for Tatum. Pritchard's knocked down the 1-3. Again, Brown and Tatum have been cooking so far here tonight. I'm going to be interested to see... the Celtics offense when both of those guys go to the bench. They normally do well, right? That's not really an issue that the Celtics have, is generating offense when neither one of those guys are in the game. Especially Derek White will come back and kind of run the show, and he's more than capable of doing so for those spot minutes there. So it's going to be interesting to start the second quarter if the Warriors are going to be able to take advantage of no Tatum or Brown in the game. Benzino said Mr. Postman solid too. Pretty solid. You guys can't see it. In terms of it being zoomed in. It's supposed to have a player graphic? Quinn Post has a player graphic, right? We'll get to him. Here we go. And Peyton Pritchard will bring it down. So they put up the stat that Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown have scored or assisted on every single one of their points so far here tonight. Tatum goes to the bench, but Brown stays in. Brown has it on the right wing, being guarded by Podziemski, who's back in. Brown backing him down, coming to his left, bullying his way to the paint, lefty layup, got it to go. Just too easy, too big, too strong, too skilled. Got to the basket, got the easy layup to go over Podziemski there. Podziemski just too small, too weak for that Jaylen Brown matchup. I don't like it. Podziemski crosses over to his left, gets to the mid-range, kicks it out to Santos. He'll line up the left wing 3. Santos comes up short, fight for the rebound, goes to Garza. And now here comes Brown, pushing it the other way. 1 minute to go here. Brown up top, picked up by Pods. Coming to his left, off the Garza screen. Stop, turn, spin, fall-away jumper over Podziemski, and Jaylen Brown's got the touch here tonight. He's 6 for 7 from the field. He's given his Celtics the 13-point lead, 34-21. He's got 17 points in this first quarter. Santos kicks it out to Podziemski. Podziemski back to Santos. Santos being guarded by Shireman. Santos kicks it over the top to Podziemski. Swings it in the corner. Post, pump fakes. He's got a lane, takes it, pump fake, goes up, lefty layup, got it to go for Quinn Post. 35 seconds to go. Pritchard dancing with it. A step back three over Podziemski. Misses it there. Fight for the rebound. And Quinn Post gets fouled. Payne Pritchard went for the 2-for-1 there. With the he brought it down immediately to the right wing, danced with it, and tried to knock down the step back three. End of day, said Celtics should win easily. They should. They should. Santos has it up top. Crosses over to his left, driving it down in the lane, loses the handle, picks it back up. Kicks it over to Post. Post kicks it up top. Wide open three for Will Richard. Will Richard, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound goes to Garza. And now here comes Payne Pritchard. Now gets it over to Jaylen Brown and will hold it for the final shot of the quarters. 10 seconds to go. Brown has it up top, being guarded by rookie Richard. Brown struggling with his handle, picks it back up, crosses over to his right, down the lane, foul line, pull-up jumper. Got it to go for Jaylen Brown. 19 first quarter points for Jaylen Brown. Is that kind of night. He's cooking. And they got no answers for him. Hunter Juice, what's up, Hunter? Have the Warriors won before? Like this season, they're 33-35 on the season. They're about an average team. But with no Steph Curry, it is indeed an uphill battle. And that's not even including the loss of Jimmy Butler earlier in the year to the ACL tear. Sean Edit said Pritchard versus Pods needs to match up. Yeah, Podziemski so far tonight, 0 points, 0 rebounds, 4 assists. It's got to be better than that. If the Warriors want a chance of winning today, Podziemski's got to be better than that. Charles also said no Knicks game today. Who are we rooting for between these two teams? Well, if you're a Knicks fan, you should be rooting for the Golden State Warriors, as the Boston Celtics have I believe, 1-game lead over the New York Knicks in the standings. End of the first quarter there. 12 minutes down, 36 minutes to go here tonight. Again, they're the only game on. Other games should be starting to tip off now. We have Thunder, Nets, Blazers, Pacers tipping off now. And then the 8 o'clock games are these three right here. We have Raptors, Bulls, Jazz, Timberwolves, Clippers, Pelicans. But if we look at the standings, the Celtics have, a 1-game lead over the Knicks in the standings, but they are 2 up in the loss column, so they'd have to lose at least two games here. Although the Knicks and the Celtics do match up later in the season. So if the Celtics want to keep this number 2 seed here, they're going to have to win their games outright and beat the Knicks at the end of the season in that matchup right there. Obviously, with that is assuming both teams run out the rest of their schedule and they continue to win here. But if we go all the way down here, so they're playing Golden State here today. They have Memphis. Minnesota's a tough one. Oklahoma City they have to play again. You have Atlanta, which could be a tough one. They're on a 10-game winning streak right now. Charlotte eventually is a tough one. You still have Atlanta again. It could be tough. Miami could be tough. Milwaukee is Milwaukee. Should not be that tough. You have Toronto. Could be tough. You have Charlotte. Could be tough. You have New York, right? And with all things considered, this could possibly end up being April 9th against New York here, as both of these teams are battling for that 2 seed. Celtics with a 1-game lead, but 2 up in the loss column. This game right here, April 9th, could very well decide who gets that 2 seed. But obviously, it's going to come down to how much the Celtics win or lose leading up to that point and how much the Knicks win or lose leading up to this point as well. I think both teams have a sufficiently difficult/easy road to get there. Like, obviously, if we go down it, the Boston Celtics should be favored and they should win this game here tonight. Well, they are favored and they should win this game here tonight. We could say they're favored and they should win the game against Memphis. Minnesota is obviously a tough matchup, and we'll see how that plays out for them on Sunday. We know OKC is a tough matchup. We'll see how that plays out. That could go either way. You have Atlanta. Celtics should be favored in that matchup, but Atlanta could absolutely beat them. They could. Same with Charlotte. They should be favored, but Charlotte could surprise them. Then they got Atlanta again. It's hard to beat 2 teams in a row this close in the schedule like this. You have Miami. Who knows? Bam could go off for 84 in that game. Who knows? Then you have Milwaukee, and even though we have the Giannis factor there, Celtics should win this game pretty easily. They should beat the Toronto Raptors, but the Raptors are feisty. They did just beat the Detroit Pistons in pretty, I don't want to say dominating fashion, but pretty effective in the way that they played against the Detroit Pistons. I could see that transitioning well to playing against the Celtics. On this game, Charlotte is tough. Like I said, they could beat them, but the Celtics should be favored. The New York game is very close, obviously. And then an easy game against the Pelicans at the end of the season. And then you end it with Orlando, who could still be battling for seeding there. Derek White turns it over to start the second quarter. Here we go. So the schedule is sufficiently difficult. So again, it will come down to how, as Porzingis delivers it down low to Draymond Green for the layup. The Celtics getting that 2 seed will come down to how much they win going into that Knicks game and whether or not that game actually will decide it. Derek White turns it over again. Will Richard bringing it down the other way, hit ahead the guy Santos for the easy layup. And just like that, back-to-back baskets, cuts it back to 9. Derek White and Peyton Pritchard being trusted to lead in this second unit here. And back-to-back turnovers is not a great way to start the quarter. Will Richards almost picks the pocket of Peyton Pritchard, but the ball goes out of bounds. So at least the Celtics will retain possession here. 11 minutes to go. The Warriors picking up their defensive pressure here, but a couple of sloppy plays from the Celtics. See if the Warriors can take advantage of it. Like I said, they got it down to 9 after it ballooned a little bit to 13 there. They get it over to Pritchard, who has it up top, being guarded by Richard. Pritchard dancing with it, coming to his left, driving it down, creating some space, step back in the mid-range, kicks it up top. Luka Garza, wide open, straightaway 3. Got it to go for Luka Garza, and that's a back-breaking shot for the Warriors out there. Podziemski bringing it down. Coming to his left. Swings it out to Santos, over to Green. Green back up top to Santos. Santos. Gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis swings through to his right. He's being guarded by Ron Harper Jr. They bring a double team. Leans in. Kicks it up top to Santos. Santos down low to Green. Green against Luka Garza. And Garza picks his pocket. And here come the Boston Celtics pushing it the other way. Pritchard on the left wing. Picked up by Santos. Pritchard dancing with it. Why's my timer stopped? Pritchard crosses over to his right. Kicks it out to Shireman. Shireman putting his head down, attacking. Bump Euro. Leaves it off of Pritchard. Cutting back door. Reverse layup. Can't get it to go down. And he just misses an easy one. Here comes Podziemski bringing it down the other way. Podziemski pushing the pace. Kicks it up top to Porzingis. Porzingis gets his airspace closed out by Garza. Porzingis hits Podziemski. Cutting back door. Can't knock down the scoop layup, but that's because he's fouled. And Podziemski will go to the foul line for 2 free throws for what could be his first points of the night. Arius? What's up, Ari? Ari? Gonna call you Ari. What's up, Ari? Some people are saying the Rockets can't make a deep run. Some people are saying that mostly because they lost their point guard before the season even started in Fred VanVleet, and they have pretty much played without a traditional point guard this season, which is usually a sign of not good things, especially come playoff time. You really need a guard out there to kind of organize you. And then they lost their best secret weapon in Steven Adams. He wasn't much of a secret, but he was kind of their trump card against teams, right? A different style they could throw at them and beating them up on the boards. And since then, they kind of lost that identity a little bit because he's so dominating at that. Pritchard gets under the rim, kicks it out to Shireman. Shireman pulls it back out as Richard switched onto him. Now they get it up top to Pritchard, being guarded by Santos, coming to a screen. And Santos dies on the screen yet again, but Pritchard can't make him pay as he misses the pull-up 3. Porzingis the rebound. Quick hit ahead to Podziemski, who just shovels a bad pass over to Will Richard. And now here comes Ron Harper pushing it the other way, all the way to the rim. Layup, can't get it to go. Santos knocks the rebound out, but he does get fouled by Garza. 9:30 to go in the second quarter. It's a 10-point game. William said OKC and the Rockets will be a problem. The Rockets, I'm not a big believer in the Rockets. Not without a point guard. Not without your center who kind of defined your play style. Without those two pieces, I don't believe in the Rockets long term for a long playoff run. Podziemski gets it over to Porzingis, left wing, being guarded by Derek White, backing him down, steps through in the paint, kicks it out. Draymond Green, wide open 3, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Will Richard gets fouled, and the fouls are starting to stack up here for the Boston Celtics, grabbing and holding, and now paying the price. It will be in the bonus early. Ari said, see, people don't believe in the Rockets. It's hard to believe in the Rockets, especially with Kevin Durant kind of at 37 years old, still struggling with double teams when he's their go-to offensive weapon. It's not a good look. Not a good look. Green has it at the foul line extended, hands it off to Will Richard, coming to his right of the screen, swings it out to Podziemski. He puts up the right wing 3, and Podziemski can't get it to go. Now the three-point shots going ice cold for the Golden State Warriors here. They had a pretty hot start, and now ice cold from the perimeter. White gets it back to Pritchard. Pritchard coming to his left off the guards the screen, coming to his left, attacking Porzingis, leans in, pulls it back out, kicks it out to Hauser in the corner, ran off the line, back out to Pritchard, jab step, coming to his left in the paint, kicks it out. Ron Harper Jr., right wing three, off the back rim, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Richard. It's going to stay here with the Celtics. Naughty Go said, I mean, realistically, the Celtics and Knicks match up in the second round regardless, yeah. Unless Detroit just absolutely collapses down the stretch, yeah. Do they match up? Yeah, the 2 plays the 3, and the 1 plays the 4-5. Yeah. So the Knicks and the Celtics will yet again match up in the second round if obviously both teams reach there, which they are both likely to do. But it'll decide who gets home court in that series. Keita fakes the handoff, keeps it, gets it out to Pritchard. Pritchard up top, coming to his left. Dances with it, crosses over to his left, kicks it out. Brown, the left corner 3, he's open. He can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Lands back into the hands of Jaylen Brown. Out to Pritchard. Pump fake, sidestep 3. Pritchard knocks it down. And it's back up to 13, and Jaylen Brown is back in the game, and it's not looking good for the Golden State Warriors. Here comes Post, bringing it down the other way. Post gets it over to Melton. Now back to Post in the post. Quinn Post kicks out to Podzimski, a straightaway 3 off the catch. Can't get it to go. Jaylen Brown the rebound. And Brown will bring it down the other way, 42-29. Hit ahead to Derek White. Derek White has it up top. Derek White being guarded by Will Richard. Hands it off to Pritchard. Pritchard attacking. He's got space. Step back. Pump fake. Steps through. Gets tripped up. Slips and falls. No foul called. They get it out to Brown. Brown's going to dance with it against Green. Brown crosses over. Step back. Mid-range. Pull-up jumper. A deep 2. Can't get it to go. Post the rebound. Gets it over to Will Richard. Richard pushing it the other way. Will Richard is kind of reminding me of Ken Bazemore a little bit with his haircut. Shout out to Ken Bazemore. Draymond Green inside to Podzimski, who draws a foul. Are they in the bonus yet? That's got to be the 14th foul in this quarter, right? Got 7:30 to go. They've been hacking and whacking away so far. Tread said, surprise, it's still a 10-point game. They're not going away quietly. Now obviously up to 13 off the made 3 from Pritchard, 42-29. But they're not going away quietly. And they haven't knocked down almost any of their perimeter shots, man. And today said Horford and Porzingis were always hurt. They were indeed. Gary Payton gets it into DeAnthony Melton, being guarded by Pritchard, to get it up top to Podzimski. They swing it in the corner to do. Malevi Leones is in the game. Wow. Look at Malevi Leones getting minutes. Pritchard snaking his way off the bounce, leans in, draws the foul, going to the foul line for 2 free throws, and now they're in the bonus. Any further fouls will send them to the foul line no matter what. And now Pritchard will find himself at the foul line for 2. David Oz Jr. said Celtics going to be Atlanta first round, or Miami. Atlanta playing well. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know how what the play-in situation is set right so far for the East, because those teams are so jumbled up. Even the 5 and the 6 seed are pretty jumbled up. But they could end up playing Charlotte. They could end up playing. Oh no, they can't. Charlotte's going to end up as at most the 8 seed. So yeah, so Detroit's going to end up playing Charlotte if obviously Charlotte wins that last game and gets in. That'll be a fun first round matchup. Podzimski splits the free throws, but the Warriors grab the offensive rebound, get it inside to Gary Payton for the sneaky scoop layup, and it's back to 10. 42-32. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. And it's a 10-point lead. They're keeping them an arm's distance away. Not too worried if you're a Celtics fan. Brown throws a bullet pass inside to the cutting Derek White, who lays it up and in over Podzimski there. And Will Richard will bring it down. But they haven't been able to blow it open against the Warriors here, which is a good sign for the Warriors, who have really struggled to knock down their open perimeter shots here tonight. They swing it out to Gary Payton. Payton has it on the left wing. Fakes the handoff. Hands it off to DeAnthony Melton. The deep straightaway 3 from Melton off the back rim. Rebound to Post. But they call the offensive foul on Post, or the loose ball foul on Post, pushing off to grab that offensive rebound. They're going to give the ball back to the Celtics here. They have the 12-point lead. We should be seeing Jayson Tatum check back into this game soon. And it's a 44-32 lead for the Celtics. We get a timeout from the Warriors here. I want to talk a couple of things over. Mojo, what's up, Mojo? David Oz Jr. said Charlotte for upset. Man, it would be truly hilarious. Truly hilarious if after everything Detroit did this season, they went down to the Charlotte Hornets as the 1 versus 8 in the first round. That would be truly hilarious, man. I don't think it happens, even if they do match up, but I don't know, man. That's a scary first-round matchup with the way Charlotte has played this year. Benzino said, when Jaylen Williams comes back for OKC, they may not dominate. Although he's one of my favorite players this year, OKC has played better without him. Well, they've mostly played better without him because when he has been in the lineup, he hasn't been like fully healthy or in rhythm and ready to go, which is why part of the reason why he went back out within the injury. Just didn't seem 100% healthy. But I'll tell you this, Benzino. I don't think OKC wins a championship without Jaylen Williams at least playing to like 80 to 90% of who he can be. Without him, they could absolutely go down to San Antonio or Denver in the first round, not the first round, in Denver in the playoffs. So it could absolutely happen. It could torpedo their ability to actually win come playoff time if he's not who he needs to be. He will be out there playing, but if he's not to the level that he normally is at and was at last year, I don't favor OKC. They could still make it, but I don't favor OKC to win the championship. Jay Hammer said, who does New York have to beat? Come playoff time, we don't know the matchups yet. We could check out the schedules and see what's likely, but nothing imminent right now. Mojo said, salute today's matchups. On paper, looks like blowouts set to happen. Yes, it's not the greatest NBA slate here tonight. Couple of good teams battling for positioning and wins versus a couple of tanking teams here tonight. Tread said, do you think Denver wins tonight? Who's Denver playing? Oh, we got standings over there, so let's do this. Who's Denver playing? Denver's playing the Grizzlies? Yes, they should, without a doubt, beat the Grizzlies, Tread, for sure. But you never know. You never know, but I do think they will beat the Grizzlies. Christian Blaze, what's up, Christian? David Osh Jr. said, Giannis drama getting bad in Milwaukee. It's been bad for a while, and once you hit a certain point of the drama being bad, it stops being drama, and it just kind of starts being life. And so with that, the drama kind of subsides. There really is no drama with Giannis in Milwaukee, especially post-trade deadline. There's nothing anybody can do. So, they're a team that's not even going to make the play-in, and I don't think too many people really care. I think people just kind of want Giannis and the Bucks to shut up and go away for now, right? We'll call you back in the offseason, but for now, go away. Nobody cares. Naughty Go said, praying for Charlotte, Cavs, Knicks for my Pistons. That would be absolute cinema. Yeah, I mean, if you are going to make a finals run for the Detroit Pistons, that's a pretty tough matchup to go up against right there. Charlotte has been playing extremely well. The Cavs are not a great matchup for the Pistons. And then you have the Knicks, who has been a good matchup for the Pistons this year. Luka Garza knocks down a push shot along the baseline, and it is 14, and it's not looking good for the Warriors moving forward. Santos up top coming to his right in the lane, tries to leave it off for Leon, gets knocked away by Garza. Here comes Brown. Pretty sloppy play here for the Warriors. Brown blows past the defense, lobs it inside the Garza. Garza misses the layup, misses the putback, battling for his own loose ball, kicks it out, loose ball. Gary Payne picks it up, and a little bit of serendipity for the Warriors there as he just missed the layup, and reverse layup there for Guy Santos goes down, and it's back to 12. Could have been 16, and they cut it back to 12, a 4-point swing on that play right there. Garza easily missing a couple of easy ones there. They could have easily went down. And DeAnthony Melton picks up a foul there, trying to guard Brown in the post. Christian said Warriors are playing like they're still hungover from St. Patty's Day. Chucking up 21 threes in 17 minutes is crazy. Yeah, I mean, the Celtics defense is no joke. As Derek White gets to the rim and gets fouled, he's going to go to the foul line for 2. Celtics defense is no joke, and unlike the Knicks, they don't really play down to their competition. But also, the Warriors have gotten good open looks from 3, and they haven't really knocked down a bunch of them. Daniel Dash, what's up, Daniel Dash? I'm getting ready for court hearings, so just quickly, strong start by the C's. Steph reevaluated on Saturday. Yeah, they're hoping he'll be back by the end of March. Good luck, Daniel. Good luck. Derek White knocks down the first free throws. You got another one coming. Daniel said, BS, it's great. Slate, Nugs, Blazers, Spurs, Clippers, Lakers, Rockets, all featured. Spurs Clippers could be interesting after that last game they played. I'm just not a believer. Just not a believer in the Clippers. Nugs Blazers, yeah. Nugs Grizzlies, Blazers playing later. I'm good on that. I'm good. Not the greatest of slates. All right, here we go. White did knock down both free throws, so it's a 14-point game. The Anthony Mellon foul line pull-up jumper off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Garza picks it up. Here comes Brown. Brown pushing it the other way. He has it up top. Spins off of Gary Payton. He's got space to the rim. Layup. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. Push it up to 16. It's not looking good for the Golden State Warriors right now. End of day said the Spurs beat OKC 3 times this year. They did indeed. They did indeed. Regular season does not always convey to the playoffs, though. Dennis Floyd. What's up, Dennis? Tell me how come these guys were hitting all their shots against the Knicks and struggling against the Celtics? What does that say about the Knicks come playoffs? Doesn't really say much. The Knicks play down to the competition. The Celtics generally don't. Brown knocked down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Charles Austin said the Knicks better seize the chance to be the first and only team to win both the NBA Cup and Larry O'Brien Trophy in the same season. Very true. They should. They should. Jaylen Brown goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. He's had the touch tonight, man. That jump shot is going down. He's up to 20 points. 21 points after those 2 made free throws. 5 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Pat Spencer bringing it down. Gets it over to Santos. Back to Spencer. Coming to his left off the screen. Swings it out. Leones. Pump fakes. Driving to his left. Down the lane. Scoop layup with the left hand. Wild layup attempt off glass. Nowhere near the basket. Here comes Jaylen Brown pushing it the other way to the rim. Gets blocked from behind by Gary Payton, but fouled. He's going to go back to the foul line for 2 more free throws. Again, push the lead up to 18 here for the Boston Celtics before we get to halftime. And it might be an early night here tonight, unfortunately. Daniel Dash said Atlanta has 10 wins straight, beating down the neck of the Raptors and the Magic and the Heat. They are indeed. They are indeed. We'll go over the full standings. We'll go through it all and try to see what kind of matchups we'll have come playoff time. It's hard to tell with how close everybody's jumbled in the East this season. Brown back at the foul line for 2 more. He knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Daniel Dash said if Atlanta gets to 5th, it will be Cleveland versus Atlanta in the first round. If they get to 5th, for sure. Again, we'll go through the standings and see how realistic that is. Benzino said San Antonio's win over OKC to get the Cup final with New York was one of my most memorable nights. It was a fun night of basketball. Brown knocks down the next 2 free throws there, and it's an 18-point game. Gary Payton has it in the post in the left corner. Now they get it over to Spencer. Pass fake. Down the lane. Kicks it out. Gary Payton wide open. Left corner 3. Misses it. Battle for the rebound. Goes back to the Celtics. And they have the opportunity to blow it open to 20 here. Naughty Ghost said, I wasn't talking about what would be the easiest path to Detroit. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it that way, Naughty Ghost. I'm just saying that is a difficult path, mostly because Hornets into Cavs is a tough matchup for the Pistons. Knicks, not so much. I think they have a pretty good matchup against the Knicks. As Derek White misses a 3, Gary Payton can't snag the rebound, though. Tatum in the paint, kicks it over to Pritchard. Pritchard pulls it out, crosses over. Along the baseline, leans in, pump fake, goes up, off glass, can't get it to go. Rebound to Garza, though, and he lays it up and in. Oof, and there's the 20-point lead. There's a 20-point lead. Naughty Ghost said, I like the storylines in that set. Those are great storylines. For the cleanest path to the finals, I'd want Detroit to match up with Atlanta, Orlando, New York. Yeah, very fair. Rebound for Santos, or not rebound. Santos gets the pass down low, lays it up and in, and gets fouled. And he only cuts it to 18. 36-54. Daniel Dash said, and West Nuggets, Rockets, Wolves, all tied 12 games behind OKC. Yeah, OKC and Detroit will be the 1 seeds. OKC will have the best record in the NBA. Daniel Dash said, and West to Nuggets, Rockets, Wolves, all tied 12 games behind OKC. I read that one. Yeah. Yeah, OKC will be the number 1 seed, for sure. David Osh Jr. said, Naughty Ghost, your worst worry should be the Knicks. mean, if I was Detroit, I wouldn't be worried about the Knicks, but I necessarily wouldn't be super excited about the matchup. But, you know, playoffs are a different beast. Tatum turns it over on the missed dribble. Here comes Santos, one man to beat, and Derek White gets blocked by White. You can see that coming a mile away, and then Garza picks up the steal as Green tried to kick it out as he was falling out of bounds, and now here come the Celtics. 17-point lead. Brown danced with it. Sidestep, step back three over Draymond Green. Can't get it to go. Brown versus Green. Spencer bringing it down the other way off the rebound. Gets it over to Draymond Green. Draymond Green doesn't want to take the three. Hands it off to Spencer. Spencer coming to his right. Leans in. Step back. Baseline pull-up jumper. Got it to go for Pat Spencer. It's a 15-point game. All right, get this hovering back around 10 going into halftime. Was that a three? They gave him 3 points there? Or is my score just off? Oh, it is off because I missed the free throw from Guy Santos on the and one layup. So it's 39-54. It's a 15-point game. Missed three for the Celtics there. Pat Spencer stops, pops from three. Line me up. Pat Spencer gets us back to 12. Okay, Pat Spencer, I'll see you, brother. I'll see you. 42-54. 2 straight baskets for Pat Spencer. Put it back to a 12-point game. Keep hovering around. Derek White's thinking it back to his right hand, driving it down in the paint. Throws up the floater, comes up short, but gets a friendly roll off the front of the rim, and he gets it to drop down. Back to 14 it goes, 56-42, 2:30 to go here in the second quarter. Porzingis is back in to end the quarter here. Pat Spencer over to Green, back to Pat Spencer. Pat Spencer was not prepared for it, but he saves it into Guy Santos, who lays it up and in. Great innovation there. Great creativity for Pat Spencer. Off a misplay, able to save it to Santos for the layup. Brown down the lane, kicks it out to Garza. Garza pass fakes. Keeps it, hands it off to Hauser. Hauser gets it out to Brown. Brown being guarded by Green, coming to his right off the screen. Brown tries to dribble behind the back, loses the ball. Here comes Pat Spencer pushing it the other way. Spencer leaves it off to Porzingis, down the lane, goes up, layup off glass, can't get it to go. Porzingis ends up fouling Jayson Tatum, reaching in. Bad decision for Pat Spencer to leave it off for the big man there. Not much the big man can do in that position. Charles Austin said, so we have colors of green, brown, and white on this game. Yep. We got green, brown, and white out there. All out there right now. Nadigo said, if Stu wasn't injured, then Detroit probably wins that series last year. Probably is doing a lot of lifting there, brother. Probably is crazy. I'm not the most worried about New York. The matchup that keeps me up most is against Miami. The Heat have Detroit's number. All right. Then I'm ruined for Miami to end up as the 8 seed. Well, I'm ruined for Miami to end up as the 5 seed then. We'll go over the standings, if that's the case. Because in the second round, Detroit will play the winner of the 4-5. So if we can get it'd be Miami versus Cleveland, and I think Cleveland wins that one. So I don't think you can end up seeing Miami unless Miami ends up in the play-in and they end up being Charlotte for that 8th seed. But I do want to see Charlotte make the playoffs. Vicente Jalos with the Vicente. Go Celtics. They're hooping, man. They're hooping, as they should against this Warriors team. But it's only 12 right now, 44-56. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Got just under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Green is 8 points. He knocked down his first 2 shots of the game, which were threes. And that has not gone a long way since. Santos is playing well with 11 points, 3 boards. He's just kind of a really nice play finisher. He keeps moving, good finisher around the rim. He's really good in this Warriors offense because he's constant movement. Porzingis, he knocked down his first 3 of the game and has gone ice silent since. We have not heard of Porzingis since. The game started, Porzingis comes up with the big block on Porzingis, and then Keita grabs the offensive rebound, and Porzingis recovers and gets a big block on him. 2 back-to-back blocks for Porzingis. They come down the other way. Porzingis then knocks down a 3 in the ensuing couple of possessions, and we have not heard from Porzingis since. No blocks, no threes, no offense, no nothing for Kristaps Porzingis, which should be a little bit of a revenge game for him, and it just hasn't come to fruition for him here tonight, which is a tough look. If they can get Porzingis unlocked a little bit, get a little bit more scoring from the perimeter, but we'll go through all of that at halftime. So here we go. We're going to check back in. We're just under 2 minutes here in this second quarter, and we have 2 free throws for the Celtics because Porzingis fouled Tatum in the backcourt. A bad foul from Porzingis because they're in the bonus, so that's 2 free points for Jayson Tatum here. After Boston was going a little ice cold from the field there. Tatum knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Ibini, what's up, Ibini? Warriors money line? I'm rooting for you. Jayson Tatum goes 2 for 2 from the foul line, 2 perfect free throws. And it's back to 14, under 2 to go. Here comes Draymond Green bringing it down for the Warriors. He has it up top being guarded by Garza. Hands it off to Pat Spencer. Spencer up top, swings it out to Porzingis. Coming to his left. Pump fakes, gets it over to Green, back to Porzingis, down the lane, layup, can't get it to go, tip, up and in for Kristaps Porzingis there. Nice 2-man game between Porzingis and Green. Porzingis is the ball handler, Green is the facilitator. Tatum up top being guarded by Santos, coming to his left off the screen, stinking it back to his right hand, got a lane to the rim, gets the easy scoop layup to go. Porzingis and both Green occupied in other areas, and a wide open layup. Steve Kerr arguing for a moving screen, which disavowed Porzingis from getting all the way to the rim. Pat Spencer in the lane, kicks it out. Extra pass. Santos, the straightaway 3. He's got space, and he misses the open 3. And it's still a 14-point lead here for Boston. And now, after coming up with a stop, they're trying to extend it back. Derek White a 3. That'll do it. He comes up short, rebound to Porzingis, and then get it over to Pat Spencer. Spencer will bring it down. Has it up top, directing some traffic. Spencer coming to his left off the Porzingis screen. Stops. Pulls it all the way back out. 50 seconds to go here. Why is my timer stopped? Porzingis in the high post being guarded by Hauser. Porzingis leans in, catches, pump fakes, backing him down, leans in, kicks him in the corner. Extra pass to Spencer. Shot clock winding down. He's got to make something out of nothing. Driving it down. Stop. Fall away at the foul line. Pat Spencer got it to go. Pat Spencer making things happen for his team tonight. He gets it back to 12 with 35 seconds to go. And if they can go in hovering around 10, it's not the worst thing in the world. Tatum coming off the screen, dribble, pull up 3 over Santos. Oh my goodness, Jayson Tatum said, that ain't happening on my watch, brother. MBM, what's up, MBM? 63-48. Spencer will bring it down. Spencer up top, being guarded by Sam Hauser. Coming to his right off a double screen. Porzingis now Green. They get it down low to Green in the paint, leaves it off. Layup for Will Richard, got it to go. Beautiful movement there for the Warriors. Trailing by 13. If they can get one more stop, 13-point deficit at halftime is not the worst thing in the world. Brown up top being guarded by Green, dancing with it, coming to his left, steps back, spins, dancing with it. Again, now driving to his left, putting his head down all the way to the rim, misses the layup, and Porzingis recovers the rebound, and that will be the end of the first half right there. Not a bad defensive stop for the Golden State Warriors there. 13-point deficit is obviously not ideal, but not bad for an undermanned Warriors team here tonight, giving the Celtics all they could handle for the most part. Go ahead and turn the heat down over here. Not a bad first half. Not a bad first half for the Golden State Warriors, missing a lot of open threes, but let's go through it. First thing I want to do is go through these box scores and the team stats. Let's look at the team stats first. Here we go. Oh, real quick, start of halftime. Of course, as always, the halftime rundown is always presented by our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records, who are the Jazz Destroyers. Go ahead and check out their YouTube channels, both the Jazz Destroyers and Get Off My Lawn Records, but also check out GetOffMyLawnRecords.com. If you are musically inclined, go ahead and reach out to them. They do publish albums for smaller artists who are just trying to get into the music business, start in the music business, or just, wanted to put out a fun musical project. If you are into music at all, go ahead and reach out to them. They know what to do. They will help you out indeed. Also, sign up for their mailing list, and you will be notified whenever they themselves or anybody under their label puts out music. It was very beneficial. You could also listen to their artist music over on their website. They were also generous enough to give us a discount code. Go to bandcamp.com and use promo code Sheffy to get 20% off site-wide at bandcamp.com. So I appreciate our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records. Go ahead and check them out. Good people over there. They really are. They'll help you out. End of day said, do you think Boston will win the East? They cannot. In terms of like the regular season, win the East? No. In terms of like make it to the NBA Finals, they could. They could indeed. They could indeed. Naughty goes to National Blowout League and Tankathon matchups today. Yeah, it's not the greatest NBA slate. Not the greatest NBA slate at all. We'll go around the league as well. But David said, Detroit basketball lose. Can't wait to hear and see it first round upset. MBM reminding people to like button. We're in the building. Appreciate you, MBM. Appreciate you. All right, let's go over the halftime here. Let's go over the team stats first. The Warriors are indeed winning the possession battle, 51-47. It's not a big lead, but they are indeed winning it. They've taken more shots. They've made 2 less shots. But they're so far ahead, the Celtics, because they have made more threes than them. 3 more threes, that's 9+ points, and I'm sure the free throws are a disparity. 3 more free throws, they're 10 for 10 from the foul line. So there's your 13-point lead right there. The 3 more threes and the 3 more free throws, they made 6 more free throws. They've attempted 3 more free throws. So there's your matchup right there. That is where the Boston Celtics are beating the Golden State Warriors tonight. They've made more shots of them overall, and especially from the three-point line there. But we dig deeper into this. 6 for 24 from 3 on pretty decent looks. I know Draymond Green shot a ton of them. We'll go through it more in depth when we get to the box scores. 4 for 7 from the foul line. Make your free throws. Porzingis missed 2 to start the game. That's not great. Ibini said, well, anything could happen. NBA teams don't just tank. They are professionals. Well, unfortunately, Ibini, the NBA teams do just tank. At times. It's not necessarily the players, it's the coaches and the management who will hold players out and then also actively sit players in second halves of games. So, unfortunately, tanking is a pretty big deal in the NBA right now, although it has always been. The Celtics are dominating the glass, though, 29 rebounds to 20. Offensive rebounding is about the same, so in terms of the rebounding, it's just kind of them snagging more rebounds because, of course, the Warriors are winning the possession battle but have made overall less shots, so that's not great. Daniel Dash said Bandcamp has Ice Lord heaps cool. Yeah, check out Bandcamp.com, man. They were very generous with their discount code. They didn't have to do that. That was literally something that they tossed in there, and they were like, hey, we also want to give this out to the people if anybody's interested. So just go check it out. Daniel Dash said they don't need the tank. They don't, but they do, which is truly unfortunate because we want to watch good basketball games. But unfortunately, teams in the NBA, without a doubt, tank. Sitting guys. The last 2 games in a row, the Brooklyn Nets have played, literally, they have started a G League team. They've pulled guys up from the G League to start for the NBA team because they want to lose as many games as possible. If you got a hangnail, they're sitting you out. It's got nothing to do with being negative. As a matter of fact, I'm one of the more positive people about the NBA. I truly love basketball. But to watch guys sit out for very, very, very minor injuries is not great. Not great. Warriors with 14 assists to the Celtics 10. A lot of isolation and scoring from Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum tonight. They just kind of have the feeling in the matchup. They're taking full advantage of it here tonight. 7 steals for the Warriors, 5 steals for the Celtics, about even. 2 blocks to 1 block, about even. 5 turnovers to 8 turnovers. They are winning the turnover battle, which is nice, which obviously helps you win the possession battle. But overall, man. Nadigo said, also, Sheffy, I implore you to please stop watching Pistons games. Every game you've streamed has been an embarrassment for Detroit. I've watched Detroit win a couple of games. We watched Detroit win a couple of games. The thing about it, Naughty is like we tend to only watch Detroit when they have a good matchup. Like we only tend to watch OKC when they have a good matchup, right? When you're playing one of the top teams in the league. So if I'm watching Detroit, it's usually that they're usually going up against, really heavy competition. And if you feel like they're all embarrassments, that does not bode well for the Pistons come playoff time, Naughty Ghost. We're going to check out a couple more Pistons games before the end of the season for sure. They have a couple of interesting matchups coming up, so I definitely want to check those out. Naughty Ghost said, I mean Detroit plays on the same days as the Knicks do. They do. They tend to. Fast big points, 9-5. Points in the paint, 24-18. Hold on. Don't tell me the Warriors have more points in the paint They do. They have more points in the paint than the Celtics. Honestly, this might bode well for the Warriors here tonight to make this comeback against the Boston Celtics. I think all signs are kind of pointing towards the Warriors outside of the fact that the Celtics would just knock down a bunch of perimeter shots on them. Now, they have more of the talent to do so, and the Warriors don't have the defensive talent to keep up with them so far here tonight, but my goodness. Now he goes, so we got some quality wins for sure. For sure. Absolutely. And, you got a ton of quality wins. A ton of them. I mean, you don't get to, what's the record? I mean, you don't get to the record that they have. They are 49-19. You don't get to 30 games over 500 without a couple of quality wins. I'll tell you that. 7 fouls to 9 fouls. Overall, the largest lead for the Celtics was 20. The largest lead for the Warriors was 4. But this is usually a pretty bad indicator of who, or I should say, this is a pretty good indicator of who is actually going to win the basketball game. 85% of the time, the Boston Celtics have led this game. Is not a good sign for the Golden State Warriors because it usually indicates that one team is just better than the other team so far during the night. Ebony said, do you think the Nets are purposely tanking? Yes. I thought they just had a lot of injuries. They do have some injuries, for sure, and some very legitimate injuries. But, if they were actually competing to win the basketball game, these guys would be playing. If you got a hangnail, if you woke up with a headache, maybe you woke up and your shoulder was a little sore because you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, you're sitting out that night. You're sitting out with an injury. So they do have some injuries. But they have definitely just decided, we're just not going to really play anybody down the stretch here because you want to try and maintain the worst record in the NBA or get to the worst record in the NBA to at least know for certain that you will have, at worst, the number 4 overall pick. If you have the worst record in the league, the most you could drop down is to number 4, which is very valuable in this draft where it feels like the top 4 guys are kind of set right now, but it could definitely change. The North Carolina kid now hurt, so he was kind of the preemptive 4th overall pick, but we know who the top 3 are going to be between Peterson, DeBansta, and Boozer. Although Acuff is making a very intriguing case to maybe sneak into that top 3. We'll see. We'll see as the tournament goes. But overall, I think the team stats kind of favor the Golden State Warriors, but when you watch the games in context, obviously the Celtics have far more talent. So that's why they're making more shots. And when we go over the box score, because who are the guys shooting a ton of the threes for the Warriors here tonight? Draymond Green shot 5 of them. He's not a very consistent three-point shooter. Obviously, we know this. He knocked down his first 2, then proceeded to miss his next 3. Guy Santos is 0 for 3. While he is capable of knocking down a 3, it's not really a strength of his game. Porzingis 1 for 3. DeAnthony Melton's 1 for 5. That hurts. Podziemski 0 for 3. That hurts. Podziemski not the most efficient three-point shooter, but as the starting guard here tonight, you got to knock down a shot. He hasn't hit a shot tonight. He's 0 for 3 from the field and 0 for 3 from three-point range. Has not made anything. 2 boards, 4 assists. He has gone to the foul line. He's 3 for 4 from the free throw line at least. In terms of who else has shot threes tonight for them, Gary Payton's 0 for 2. They will live and die with Gary Payton shooting open threes, although the Knicks tried that strategy and Gary Payton killed them. So that is the nature of the make or miss league mantra that some people follow the NBA by. Pat Spencer's knocked down 2 threes, which was very helpful for the Warriors in order to get back into this one. Nadigo said, what happened to this Warriors team? They used to be one of the most dominant, fun teams of all time. They got old, and players left. Injuries happened to Klay Thompson. He wasn't the same after the injuries. He also got old. Steph Curry's now 37 years old. Draymond Green has declined immensely from where he was previously as one of the most dominant and versatile overall defenders we've ever seen. Donald Moore Music, what's up, Don? Damn, this score looks like I was expecting the Knicks to do this to Golden State team. I mean, it's only 13. The Celtics did lead by 20, but the Warriors did a pretty decent job of battling back, Don. I'm actually impressed with the Warriors' ability to stay hanging around this game. They've trailed by around 10 for majority of it, especially after the first, 6 minutes or so of the game. But I don't think they're out of it. We were going over it now. They've missed a lot of quality looks, but Gary Payton and Draymond Green combining for 7 total attempts from three-point range, going 2 for 7, is not great. Obviously, they're three-point shooters that these Celtics would dare to shoot all night long, and they have not made them pay for sure. Muhammad, what's up, Mo? Even he said Warriors have shooters. Kind of. I mean, you have Porzingis, Melton, Post, Spencer as guys who I'm pretty confident will knock down an open three if they're left open. Will Richard maybe a little bit too, but he's shaky as a rookie. Gary Payton's not a good three-point shooter. Podziemski's not a consistent three-point shooter. Santos is not a consistent three-point shooter, and Green is not a three-point shooter at all, really. Teams leave him butt naked wide open for a reason. So while when fully healthy, maybe yeah, but right now, not so much. Tread said, I think Boston pulls away in the second half. They very well could. I'm trying to give hopium to this game of it actually being entertaining here in the second half and not what I think actually happens and that the Boston Celtics just kind of ultimately pull away. What you could see is the Celtics do that thing they do where they shoot themselves out of the game, right? Where they settle for perimeter shots because they feel like, well, we got a nice comfortable lead here, and they just start taking a bunch of threes, shoot themselves out of it, and the Golden State Warriors find themselves back into a ball game. So we'll see. But I think all things are kind of pointing to the Boston Celtics pulling away in terms of what we've seen during the game. I do think the stats kind of favor the Warriors, though. They have more points in the paint. They've only made 3 less threes. So if a couple of these threes go down in the second half, which is why I'm harping on their three-point attempts so far here tonight, I could definitely see them getting back into this game and actually making it a challenge for the Celtics to win it. Mohammed said, don't see much prospects for this Warriors team. Their dynasty is over. Yeah, I mean, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, and Jonathan Wiseman were the prizes of their 2 tanking seasons. And it was, none of them really panned out. Moses Moody is the only young player remaining on this team. Even Jordan Poole was one of the young developing prospects for this Warriors team, and they didn't really get much for him when they traded him over to the Wizards. But of the 3 lottery picks that they had between Moody, Wiseman, and Kuminga, Moody is the only one remaining on this team. And he is just kind of developed into like a nice solid wing shooter, you know, which is, yeah, valuable. But when you drafted him, you know, I think he was 7th or 8th overall. You were hoping for a little bit more than what he's given you. And when you drafted Jonathan Kuminga over Franz Wagner, you look back at that and you go, yeah, maybe we swung and missed on that one. And you know, to top it off, you drafted James Wiseman. I called him Jonathan Wiseman. James Wiseman, number 2 overall. And LaMelo Ball goes number 3. Yeah, that could have extended the dynasty a little bit further to have LaMelo Ball and Steph Curry in the backcourt together. So, Donna Moore music. I got AHL hockey tickets, so I'm going to have to dip before the end of the game. Ontario Reign are either 1 or 2 in the Western Conference and look like serious Calder Cup contenders. Shout out to you, Don. Have a good time, brother. Have a good time on that one. Definitely be a better game. Probably will be a better game than this one here tonight. So we're about to start the second half here, but real quick, let's go around the league. I said we'd go over the standings, but we didn't have much time. Let's go around the league real quick before we get into it. Oh my goodness, 44-16. 44-16. What a start for the Thunder. We're up 28 points already to the Brooklyn Nets halfway through the second quarter. The Blazers, 12-point lead over the Pacers. All right. Raptors, 9-point lead over the Bulls early in that first quarter. All right. Hopefully that stays close. Jazz Timberwolves locked in a tight one so far early in the game. 5 minutes to go in that first. Clippers, Pelicans tipping off here. 10-point early lead for the Clippers. That's not a good sign for the Pelicans. We'll see how that plays out. And that's it. So far. We will continue to check in around the league, but here we go. Start of the second half. Hauser pump fakes, driving to his right. Foul line pull-up jumper. He's got space, but he can't convert the mid-range jumper. Here comes Podziemski off the rebound. Hit ahead to Porzingis. Porzingis gets over to Podziemski. Stops, pops, pump fakes, down the lane. Pump fakes again. Kicks it out to Draymond Green. Green has it on the right wing. Gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis gets it over to Podziemski. Podziemski gets it over to Melton. Melton being guarded by Keita. Catches, pump fakes, down the lane, kicks out to Porzingis. Fires it up on the left wing, quick catch fire. Can't get it to go, battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Warriors, out of bounds off of Tatum. Can't hold on to it as Draymond Green came over and knocked it off of him. It is a 13-point game. Warriors just kind of hanging around. We'll see if they can make this interesting. No matter how interesting the Warriors make it, I still expect the Celtics to pull this victory out. But I'm looking for a good game. Melton, the foul line pull-up jumper, gets the friendly bounce off the back of the rim, and he gets it to drop down. It's an 11-point game. Minute into this quarter, here comes Jaylen Brown. Brown being guarded by Santos. Brown has him in the post, just bullying his way into the paint, and a foul before the shot attempt by Santos. And it's going to be side out of bounds for the Celtics. So Tatum will inbound it here. Tatum gets it into Queta. Queta up top being guarded by Porzingis. Queta, good denial defense from Green on Brown there. They hand it off to Hauser. Hauser being chased by Mellon. Puts up the three, can't get it to go. Long rebound, battle for the loose ball. Derek White knocks it out of Green's hands and back into Tatum's. Tatum pump fake. Crossing over to his right on Santos. Down the lane, loses the hand on the ball. Mellon picks it off. We're off and running. Mellon leaves it off for Podziemski. Layup, can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. Hits the floor hard. Goes down holding his hand. He will get 2 free throws out of it. He's slow to get up, but he is ultimately going to get up. And that's 2 free throws for Podziemski. Get off my lawn record said, I went to college in Boston 20 years ago. Corner of Mass Avenue and Boylston? Shout out my guy, Get Off My Lawn Records. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? Go check out Get Off My Lawn Records, guys. There he is in the chat. Go check him out. Podziemski at the foul line. He cut this to a single-digit game. No, he cannot. He misses the first free throw. Now he can get it to at least 10. Get it back to 10. He's holding that left wrist, so that's not great. He was questionable, I believe, with the left wrist injury. Podziemski, now 3 for 5 from the foul line, 0 for 3 from the field. Boylston. Gotcha. Ebony said, Warriors are my upset play of the night. I'm rooting for it. Podziemski does knock down the second free throw. 10:30 to go here. Brown has it up top, coming to his right. And a loose ball foul on the Warriors there. Chaos Kid, did you pick your final 4? Not yet. Not yet. And I know I'm running out of time, but Get Off My Lawn Record said, the Celtics have been crazy good this season, even without, what's his name? That's crazy good. Yeah. Even without Jayson Tatum, majority of the year, still able to find their way into the second seed. Tatum off the screen, gets it back to Brown. Brown attacking to his right, crosses over to his left, step back, crossing back over to his right. Against Green, fall away foul line jumper, throws up the air ball. Rebound to Podziemski, pushing it the other way, gets it over to Santos. Santos Euro steps past Tatum, tries to kick it out to the corner, but gets knocked out of bounds by Hauser. Good defense, good transition defense there for the Celtics. That's great defense from Draymond Green. Showing you he's still got a little bit of defense in him. Ten minutes to go. Warriors have the ball. They can cut it to single digits. They lob it inside the Green. Green hands it off to Melton. Melton in the left corner. Lobs it back up top to Podziemski. Podziemski puts up the straightaway 3, and he rattles it in for his first made basket. Cuts it to 7. 7-point game. Warriors not going away quietly. Brown fakes the handoff, keeps it, has it on the left wing. Now hands it off to Hauser, who draws the foul on Podziemski. It is a 7-point game. Warriors trailed by as many as 20 points here tonight. 56-63 so far here in this third quarter. They've cut 6 points off the lead. Tatum has it up top off the inbound. Coming to his left off the Queta screen. He's got a wide open pull-up 3. Can't get it to go. Santos the rebound. Ball knocked out of his hands, but Green picks it up. He's off and running, pushing it the other way. Over to Podziemski. He's going to stop and pop on the right wing. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Derek White the rebound. Would have went a long way, man. He could have cut it to 4 points there. But Derek White lobs it over to Brown. Brown on the right wing. He's going to look to attack. Snaking it back to his left hand. Step back, follow away jumper over Melton. Gets it to go. End the foul on the Anthony Melton. The Anthony Melton has been a bit of a disaster so far tonight. It's not been good offensively nor defensively. Have not felt him on either side of the court. At all. At all. Jaylen Brown up to 25 points, 9 for 15 from the field. He's 6 for 6 from the foul line. He's got one more here, and he does knock it down. Gets back that 10-point lead. Give me those 3 points right back. I'll get it back the old-fashioned way. Here comes Pregame bringing it down. Coming to his right off of Draymond Green screen. Great screen from Draymond Green to get it out to Porzingis. Gets it back to Pregame. Pregame danced with it against Tatum. Gets it back out to Porzingis. A three on the right wing. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Santos. The ball is going to go back to the Celtics. 9 minutes to go in this third, and the Celtics pushing it the other way. White gets it over to Hauser. Cross-court pass to Tatum in the right corner. Ran off the line by Green. Ball knocked out of his hands. Bud fouled. And a lot of silly fouls for the Warriors in this quarter, to start this quarter. And they're in the bonus already with 9 minutes to go. A lot of silly fouls in this third quarter. Wow. Tatum at the foul line. Knocks down the first one. Get off my lawn record said, when I was a kid, was the post-Larry Bird era for the Celtics, and Len Bias happened in the draft pick, rough era. Yeah. I'm sure Boston is enjoying being extremely good at basketball again. Well, let's be fair to the Boston Celtics. They've been extremely good at basketball for almost 15 years now. So, while other organizations have continued to be mired in dysfunction and being bad. So I got no love lost for the Boston Celtics and a rough patch that they had after the Bird era. Sorry, you had one of the greatest players of all time, and then you had a rough patch afterwards. Boo-hoo. Tatum, beautiful move, crossing over Porzingis, hits the Euro step and knocks down the layup past Porzingis. And it's another timeout for the Golden State Warriors as they now trail by 13 yet again. So they came out strong in the third quarter, cut it to 7, and a couple of missed open threes for Pregame allows the Celtics to build their 13-point lead back up that they had at halftime. So not great. Not great. They've had their opportunities here tonight. 19 points for Tatum now, 26 points for Brown. Pregame 1 for 6 from the field. 0 for 5, I believe, from three-point range. It's not been a good night for Pregame at all in that regard. I mean, he's 1 for 6. Yeah, no, actually, all of his field goal attempts coming from three-point range. 1 for 6 from 3. 4 for 6 from the free throw line. 4 boards, 4 assists for Pregame. Only 7 points. D'Anthony Melton, 1 for 5 from 3 is also rough. Porzingis, 1 for 5 from 3 is also rough. 2 for 10 from 2 of your better shooters in the starting lineup is not great. Not great at all. D'Anthony Melton's a minus 15. He's kind of been quietly an absolute disaster tonight for the Golden State Warriors. Again, he is not being felt offensively nor defensively at all. Chaos Kid said, Celtics just won't die. They refuse to go away. They refuse to go away. They didn't even have to spend their time tanking to get Tatum or Brown because they made that trade with the absolute clown show that was the Brooklyn Nets back then, led by Prokhorov and Billy King. And they were pressured by Prokhorov to make that deal for KG and Paul Pierce as they were moving to Brooklyn because they wanted the star power and the name power. And the Celtics knew that they were getting pressured to do the deal. So they drove up the price as much as possible. And they didn't even have to tank. They spent a couple of years as a middling team, right? A low playoff team, like a 7 or 8 seed, before those Brooklyn Nets picks were eventually cashed in for Jayson, Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. So, I got no love lost for the Boston Celtics and any rough patch they may have hit throughout their team's history. Because Lord knows, as a Knicks fan, spent 20 years as a clown show of the NBA. Christian Blaze said, LMO, don't talk to a Knicks fan about a rough patch. Yeah, I mean, our rough patches aren't even patches. They are full giant sheets of just roughness. There's nothing smooth about it. Nothing smooth about it. I mean, don't talk to a Kings fan about a rough patch. Kings have been mired in dysfunction since, the early 2000s. And the Boston Celtics get to go from Brad Stevens to Brad Stevens to Ime Udoka to Joe Mazzulla. All three of them just excellent basketball coaches. So even if the talent isn't great on the team, the coaches have been able to uplift this team. Many teams cannot say this, unfortunately. Podziemski gets it over to Green. Green swings it out to Porzingis. Porzingis attacking to his left. Step back. Fall away jumper. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Gary Payton recovers it. Payton pulls it back out. Gets it over to Podziemski. He'll take the lane. Leans in. Draws the foul. Can't get the floater to go, but he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws for Podziemski. He's doing a good job getting to the foul line, but man, is he struggling to knock down shots. 8 minutes to go in this first quarter. I let my timer tick down too far. My apologies. Ebony said SGA streak might come to an end tonight. It's so funny. It might come to an end on a blowout night. Podziemski knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Get up my long record said Dudo's in Boston when the Sox broke the curse. The Pats won the Super Bowl and people were flipping cars with New York license plates. Well, I think that's just a regular Tuesday for Boston. They saw a car with New York license plates and they started flipping it. Yeah, that sounds very Boston. Brown has it up top. Coming to the notification screen. Euro steps down the lane in the paint. Ball knocked out of his hands by Green. Here come the Warriors pushing it the other way. It's an 11-point game. Over to Green. Green out to Podziemski. Ran off the line. Takes the baseline. Leans in. Step back. Pump fake. Steps through. He's got nowhere to go. No outlets. Nowhere to go. No outlets. They kick it out. A 3 for DeAnthony Melton. He's wide open and he misses it. DeAnthony Melton has been an abject disaster tonight for the Warriors. My goodness, brother. They need you to hit shots. Podziemski did knock down the other free throw. I forgot to credit him with it. 59-58. Cater down the lane, kicks it out to Hauser, wide open, right corner 3. And you miss a wide open 3, and then you give up a corner 3, and that's a 6-point swing right there, and the lead jumps back up to 14. Melton driving it down, has it in the lane, pulls it out, kicks it out to Podziemski. Podziemski up top, being guarded by Hauser. Coming to his left off a Porzingis screen. Hauser gets it over to Porzingis. Up top, being guarded by Hauser. Porzingis leans in, step back, mid-range jumper. Got it to go for Kristaps Porzingis. It's back to 12. White gets it over to Cada. Back to White. White coming to his left off the handoff, driving it down, kicks it up top to Tatum, being guarded by Gary Payton. Jab step, puts up the straightaway 3 over him. He's feeling it. Off the back rim, can't get it to go, though. Draymond Green, the rebound. Home run pass to Gary Payton, and Gary Payton can't grab it. It's a terrible pass. Oh, they call a foul on Tatum, actually. Ebony got me wanting to go look at the box score for this Thunder Nets game now. Hilarious. It might come to an end against the Nets. Because they're going to blow him out so badly, he might not have to play. No challenge here. Yeah, no challenge here for the Celtics. Naughty Ghost said, and the Bad Boys ended that Bird dynasty. Maybe. Also, I think a little back injury had something to do with it too. But Pistons did. They did. They were there. Santos gets it over to Green. High post right wing. Hits Pat Spencer coming back door. Back to Green. Green back to Spencer. Spencer in the paint. Throws it up. Got it to go. Pat Spencer remains perfect from the field. I'm loving the game Pat Spencer's playing tonight. Calm, cool, and collected. It's a 10-point game. They're hanging around, man. They're hanging around. Cada has it up top, being guarded by Quentin Post. Post has also struggled very mightily tonight. They get over to Pritchard. Pritchard attacking to his right, being guarded by Spencer. Pritchard in the mid-range. Foul line, pull-up jumper over Post. Got it to go for Peyton Pritchard. Just maneuvering his way to his spot, and he knocks down the jumper. Spencer gets it over to Gary Payton. High post, left wing, gets it over to Green. Green, along the right baseline, inside pass to Santos. Layup, can't get it to go, but a foul is called on Brown. And Santos going to go to the foul line for 2. Warriors starting to move and groove a little bit here. We're under 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. 5:49 to go exactly. Ebony said he's in there stat padding at 15 now. He'll probably get to 20. They won't pull him out of the game until he gets to 20. That's for sure. He'll play 5 minutes in the fourth quarter if he has to make sure he gets to 20. Santos knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. They're hanging around 10, man. Right? They really struggled to get any closer than about 7, which they were close for about, a minute or two. But, man. Santos hit the first one. It's an 11-point game. And he does knock down the second one. Shout out Shard Guy for the subscription. Appreciate you, Shard Guy. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's back to 10 as Santos did knock down the second free throw. 74-64. Pritchard off the handoff, driving it down. Baseline follow-away jumper over post. Got it to go. Quinn Post not providing anything tonight. Not offense, not defense, not nothing. Quinn Post really struggling out there in this matchup. Pritchard now taking advantage of the post matchup. They kick it over to Green in the left corner, being guarded by Keita. Green driving it down, hands it off to Santos. Santos attacking to his left, pulls it out. He's got Jaylen Brown in the post, backing him down, tries to spin off of him. Ball knocked out of bounds. No, he just loses it out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Celtics here. Santos arguing that it was knocked out of bounds, but the Celtics will bring it down. 5:15 to go. She said Quentin Post not providing anything. Not a thing right now. Not a thing. He's got 2 points, 1 for 2 from the field, 3 boards, an assist, and some pretty bad defense. Oh, not great. Not a great night for Quentin Post here. Pritchard kicks it out. Hauser, left wing 3. He's open. Can't get it to go, though. Post. Good box out on Keita there. Knocks the rebound over to his teammates. Here comes Green pushing it the other way. Green swings it out to Santos. Santos being guarded by Pritchard. Santos, cross-court pass to nobody. Cross-court pass to nobody. And the ball is going to go back to the Celtics here. What are we doing, Santos? What was that? You had Payne Pritchard on you. Maybe try to bully your way to the basket there. Got to make something happen. Baylor Shireman's going to check in here. $12-point lead for the Celtics, trying to add to it. The Celtics have tried to hand this comeback to the Golden State Warriors on a silver platter here. I mean, they are messing up their opportunity to swing it up top to Payne Pritchard, an open 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound, and Santos ends up fouling Luka Garza. Sean Edit said, Post is just dollar store version of Porzingis. I think he's worse than that. You did say dollar store, maybe. Yeah, not I don't think he is, because he doesn't provide any level of defense. Porzingis provides like a high level of rim protection, even, at this point in his career, older and, post all the injuries, as Garza knocks down the first free throw because they're in the bonus. Got another one coming. 13-point lead. Tread said Boston pulls away, put OKC is delivering a different type of butt kicking tonight. Yeah, we'll go around the league during the next timeout. She said Prairie View beat Lehigh tonight. The 16s, right? That was the 16 matchup? Post. Gets it over to Pajemski, over to Melton, over to Pajemski, takes the lane, Euro step, kicks it out to Spencer. Spencer tries to kick it back out to Pajemski. Tatum right there in the passing lane, knocks it loose. And here come the Celtics. Over to Pritchard. Pritchard pump fakes, trying to get it to Shireman. He can't. Throws it over the top to Tatum. Tatum attacking to his left. Foul line pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws. And the Warriors are upset, saying Tatum jumped into the defender to draw that foul. Tatum knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. What basket did I miss? They had 79 points. Now Tatum knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. I think I missed the previous free throw. It's 80-64 now. 16-point lead has been built up after they cut it to 10. 3 straight baskets or 3 straight scoring opportunities there for the Celtics. And the Warriors starting to fall behind here. They lob it down low to post, being guarded by Pritchard, and Pritchard just kind of slaps at the ball and fouls post there. Didn't have much of an opportunity of guarding him in the post. So he figured might as well go for the steal. They are in the bonus. That's 2 free throws for Quinn Post here. Just his dad. Popping my guy. Steph has a mystery injury. No time for return. They are optimistic he'll return as Post misses a free throw. They're optimistic he'll return by the end of March. It's not really a mystery injury. It's just kind of a knee issue. He's old, man. He's 37 years old. Naughty goes to the Brooklyn Nets actually trying to tank, or are they just that bad? They're trying to tank, and they're bad. They're a bad team trying to make sure they are the worst team, right? They don't want to take their chances in actually winning basketball games. Post knocks down the second free throw at least. They are indeed still tanking because you want to end up with the worst record in the league, so you can only drop down to at worst 4. And in this stack the draft, obviously you want the number 1 pick, but you want to remain in the top 3. And if you do drop down to 4, there's still some really nice talents you could win out with. Nice pass inside to Luka Garza for another flip shot. And the Celtics are just easing their way back into an early lead here. Spencer Jones kicks it out to Quinn Post. He catches, pump fakes, coming to his left. He's backing down Pritchard, has him in the post, coming to his right in the paint, tries to leave it off for Santos. Santos has to pull it all the way back out. Has it on the right wing. Shot clock winding down. Crosses over. Steps back. Now crosses back over to his left. Scoop lay with the right hand. Can't get it to go. No foul called. Loose ball rebounded by the Celtics. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Brown gets it over to Pritchard. Cutting to the rim. Leaves it off for Garza. Garza layup. Smokes the layup. Rebound the post. Luka Garza. We can't be missing layups like that, big dog. Here comes Pat Spencer bringing it down. Pat Spencer up top. Over to Santos. Right corner 3 for Guy Santos. Comes up short. And a foul on Jaylen Brown, as he and Pajemski went flying for the rebound. They call the foul on Brown. Brown can't believe it. Under 3 to go in this third quarter. And we're going to get a timeout. She said Nets are still in rebuild mode. I mean, how many years are they going to be in rebuild mode? He said, kind of sucks not being able to see Steph play this year, but hopefully he'll have a healthy one next. He's going to be 38 years old next year, brother. I think we are done seeing healthy seasons from Steph Curry. Unfortunately. When he does play, he's great, and he's, must-see TV still, but that's the thing about getting old. Maybe you could find a way to maintain that level of greatness, but you're not going to be able to do it as often, which is kind of the definition of greatness, is being consistently great, right? If you're no longer consistently great, then maybe you're not great anymore. But he could still hit those levels. It's just not going to be, all the time anymore. Durson said, doing any more games today? No, this is going to be the only game we do today, unfortunately. I do think that Lakers-Rockets game could be very fun and interesting, but 9:30 start time, not the one I'm going to be doing today. Naughty Ghost said, yeah, but they're bad, embarrassingly bad. Neither the Pistons or Spurs had any games as bad as the Nets during their tanking seasons. Well, they don't have a ton of pride, brother. They don't have a ton of pride. They don't have nearly the pride that which, by the way, yes, the Pistons did. They lost 27 games in a row. And I know you mean, they're not getting blown out to the degree that the Nets are getting blown out to. But, you lost 27 games in a row. Miss me with that, not embarrassingly bad. That was embarrassingly bad, brother. That was embarrassingly bad. As far as the Spurs go, they were just kind of regular bad, like you said. Let's get rid of these injury reports here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go back over here. I did want to check that Nets box score. What are we looking like now? Oh my goodness! 60-24 at halftime. 24 first half points. 11 points in the first. 13 points in the second. All right. The Pistons never did that. I'll tell you that. I'm with you, Naughty Goes. The Pistons never did that. 60-24. What are you doing? What are you doing? SGA is what, 6% from the field? What are you doing, man? They've only hit 2 threes in the first half, too. The Thunder have only hit 2 threes. All right, let's look at their starting lineup. Noah Clowney, Danny Wolf, Nick Claxton, Drake Powell, Nolan Traore. All right, so Drake Powell, Nolan Traore, and Danny Wolf are 3 rookies. That's not great to start 3 rookies in your starting lineup against the best team in the NBA and one of the best defenses in NBA history. Christian Blake said lowest points in a half is 22. Like all time? Like in NBA history, lowest point in a half is 22? 24 first half points. Brother, you're on pace to not even hit 50 points tonight. You're on pace for 48 total points in the game. 48. 48 total points. There are teams... Hold on. The Thunder have 60 points here tonight. So they've had a quarter in which they've scored 24 points tonight. Yeah, both quarters they've scored over 24 points. They scored in 12 minutes of basketball that your entire team couldn't score in 24. Come on, man. What are you doing, Brooklyn? This is an embarrassment. Like, when people talk about the NBA needs relegation, the NBA needs relegation, man. You got to drop down to being a G League team next year. You can't have this. You can't have this. The Celtics are about to score again. Celtics are about to score again. It is 66-82. They split their free throws. Pajemski split his free throws. Brown down the lane, stops, turns. Got nowhere to go, so he's going to lean in and shoot it. He's going to knock it down. There he goes. We knew they were going to score there. It's an 18-point game, and they're pulling away, man. They are pulling away. Fred said, I'm a watch of the game. It's crazy. The game is crazy, man. Even easy, the Nets are so bad. They're bad, man. They're getting the best college player. Are they, though? Are they? It's a lottery system. It's a lottery system. I don't think they are. Warriors miss a shot. Brown down the lane. Step back. Foul line. Fall away jumper off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Shireman chases it down. Gets it out to Pritchard. Pritchard, as Pajemski falls down, puts it up, and Pritchard knocks it down. And it is a 21-point lead. Now the largest lead of the game. And 1:45 to go here in the third. My cutoff point is 25. Quinn Post a wide open three, and he finally knocks one down. Finally, Quinn Post. Where have you been, brother? Where have you been? Even he said, I should just cash out now. Warriors are a mess. Yeah, they don't have much of a chance in this one here tonight. Shireman down the lane, behind the back pass out to Pritchard, and Pritchard can't get the shot off. They call 3 in the paint, 3 seconds in the paint for Luka Garza. So offensive 3 seconds. Ball will go back to the Warriors here. End of day said, okay, rest Tatum. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be playing too many minutes here in the fourth quarter, but it's only an 18-point game. They can come back and make this interesting. They could. Just that today, I have tickets for Saturday, so it might be more of the same. Like Nets? You're going to the Nets game? Saturday? What's Saturday? Pajemski a fall away, foul line jumper, can't get it to go. Rebound to Brown. We are at 1 minute to go in this third quarter. Brown crosses over to the basket, lefty layup, can't get it to go. Keita with the two-handed rebound, put back. And Nimi Keita dropped from the rafters for that rebound, put back dunk. Porzingis coming to his right off a screen. Almost shot that off the bounce. Hands it off to DeAnthony Melton. Coming to his left off the Porzingis screen. Stops, pulls it out, has it up top. Pump fakes, gets the Porzingis in the post. Porzingis backing down Pritchard, leans in, goes up, leaves it off for Gary Payton, misses the putback reverse, and Pritchard fouls Porzingis. 38 seconds to go here. Squealed said, who's ready for MLB? Spring training is almost over. We are, a week away? A week away, Squealed? Not far away. Porzingis is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. There's 38 seconds to go here. Just that said, NBA has a terrible set of games the final weeks of the regular season. We do have a Knicks-Celtics matchup, though, that could decide who wins this second seed. But Porzingis at the foul line for 2, because they're in the bonus. Knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Kristaps Porzingis does miss the second free throw, but rebound out to Gary Payton. A 3 for Porzingis. Got it to go for KP. It's 16. Okay. All right. I mean, we can't leave. We can't go anywhere. This is a close game. Not really. 16 points. But you know what I mean. The comeback is possible. It's on the table. Is it likely? No. But it's possible. Just that said, it's clear who's interested in winning. The first month of the MLB season isn't great either. That's fair, but it is back. It is back. So there's the excitement of, hey, baseball's back. Brown's going to bring it down. Gets pickpocketed. Will Richard chases it down. Going to bring it down the other way. Leaves it off of Porzingis. They're going to hold it for what should be the final shot of the quarter here. It's only about a second difference between game clock and shot clock. Less than that. Like half a second. So it's about even. 10 seconds to go. Melton coming to his right. They wanted to get it to Porzingis. They do. He's being guarded by Shireman. Porzingis leans in. Foul line. Coming to his left. Off balance. Fall away jumper off the back rim. Long rebound. Pajimski throws it over his head. What was that from Pajimski, man? What was that from Pajimski? I get he was just throwing it at the rim before the buzzer sounded, but what was that? It was a loose ball, and Pajimski grabbed it and tried to throw it over his head, but he didn't get it up in the air. He just kind of threw it behind him, straight behind. Like, it didn't even hit 10 feet, so there was no way it could have went into the rim. What was that from Pajimski, man? He does some of the weirdest things on the court. Eric C. said, Door Hinges wants to beat his old team. Door Hinges? Is that Porzingis? Nadio said, I'm ready for the three-peat. Come on, Dodgers, break the league. Crazy, brother. Crazy. Rooting for the evil empires. Crazy. Being a Pistons fan and a Dodgers fan, how does that work out, Naughty Ghost? How did that happen? All right, we got 12 minutes on the clock. We have a 16-point deficit for the Golden State Warriors. Can they shock the Boston Celtics here tonight? I doubt it, but it's not off the table. So they have started the second half now. Do we pull this game up just to see, is SGA... They're going to have him in the game in the second half here to get to 20. For sure, for sure. He's going to go out there, he's going to get 20. He's got 18 already. They're going to put him out there, he's going to get his 20, and they're going to pull him out. Nautigo said, I didn't say I'm a Dodgers fan, I've just accepted it's going to happen. Fair. Fair. It's likely to happen. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're not wrong in that. Screwed said, nah, Yankees are going to finally do it this year. Man, I hope so. Just that, pointing out that Kristaps Porzingis is indeed a +4. He's in the positive tonight. Yeah. Played 20 minutes, and he's a +4. Is the only guy in positive? He's the only guy in the positive here tonight. Well, it makes sense considering he's the only go-to offensive weapon that they have. So it makes sense, right? They have a chance when Porzingis is out there. Unfortunately, he's not going to play the entirety of this fourth quarter. So you're going to find ways to generate scoring opportunities without Porzingis to start this quarter, I assume. And then hope he can come in and save you down the stretch here. Does he have 20 yet? He doesn't have 20 yet. Doesn't have 20 yet. Even he said Nets pushing for a comeback. It would be hilarious if that game ends up being like a 10-point, loss for the Nets. If they can rally back after scoring 24 points in the first half. It's not. I mean, obviously the defense is, 33-point deficit with 10 minutes to go in the third is kind of crazy though. 64-31. They've already scored 11 points in the first couple minutes of this quarter, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how that happens. And there's the 20 points from SGA. He's got it. He's got it. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. 8 for 9 from the field. Josie Dad said 24 in the first half is the biggest white flag ever. I mean, it's just, there's no way an NBA team is that bad. Like, they are bad, and they're tanking. And that's what happens when that occurs. The Blazers up by 12 and the Pacers. The Raptors are pulling away from the Bulls up by 17. The Timberwolves pulling away from the Jazz up by 13. The Clippers up by 8 against the Pelicans. The Hawks up by 4 against the Mavs. Winners of 10 in a row, the Atlanta Hawks. And the Nuggets and Grizzlies just getting started, but it's 23-21. All right, here we go. Warriors come out and knock down a 3. And it's a 13-point game. It's back to 13, folks. Back to 13. Pritchard gets it over to Tatum. Tatum has it up top. Tatum gets it over to Derek White. Derek White has it on the left wing, being guarded by Santos. Coming to it right at the screen, stops, pops, off the screen, in and out, can't get it to stay. Shireman, the offensive rebound, gets blocked by DeAnthony Melton. But you shouldn't have let that offensive rebound happen in the first place, Melton. At least the Celtics get the ball back now. Skriot said, as a coach, are you mad at the Nets? What kind of conversation did they have in the locker room? There's probably not much to say. And honestly, the silence might be the loudest thing to be said in that situation, as Pritchard steps on the sideline off the inbounds play. So the ball will go back to the Warriors here. 13-point game. As a coach, you don't really have to say much. I mean, you scored 24 points in the first half, You don't have to say much. It's a 13-point game. Pajemski up top, swings it over to Green. Green gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis does start the second quarter. You get over to Pajemski, coming to his right, off the Green screen, over to Porzingis. Porzingis down the lane, inside the Green. Green goes up, layup, got it to go against Tatum for Draymond Green. And Derek White will bring it down. Sean edits. Nets are turning into the Shanghai Sharks. It's crazy. Derek White driving to his right. Porzingis picks him up. They kick it out to Pritchard. Pritchard attacking to his left. Down the lane. Stops. Turns. Spins. Kicks it out. Derek White, the three over Porzingis. Got it to go for Derek White. It's a back-breaking shot. Back to 14 it goes. 10:30 to go in this fourth quarter. Pajemski, cross-court pass. Draymond trying to get it back. Draymond Green. Too strong, can't get it to go. Rebound to Jayson Tatum. Tatum will bring it down. They get over to White. White gets it over to Shireman, attacking to his left, down the lane, kicks it out to Pritchard. Pritchard pump fakes, coming to his right, and the defense is in full scramble mode for the Warriors here. Shireman launches a three, can't get it to go. Rebound to Pajemski. He's off and running. Derek White chasing, and Pajemski gives it up. Struggled with his handle. Shireman will fire up another one, and this time he knocks it down on the pull-up three. And it's just like that, back up to, 17? Back up to 17 now. Melton bringing it down, attacking to his right, down the lane, kicks it out to Green. Green attacking to his left. Leaves it off for Melton. It's a bad pass. Melton not prepared for it off his hands. Melton has quietly been an abject disaster here tonight for the Golden State Warriors. Pritchard fires up another one, misses it way off. Santos the rebound, bringing it down the other way. 9:30 to go. Santos pushing it. Stops, turns, kicks it back out. Porzingis, the deep straightaway three over Keita. In and out, can't get it to stay. Rebound to Tatum, and Tatum will bring it down. Derek White attacking to his right, spins to his left. Scoop layup with the right hand, and the foul by Guy Santos. And Derek White will go to the foul line for one more and give them the 20-point lead back. And there goes the comeback for the Warriors. Bible, what's up, Bible? 30-point lead in Brooklyn. Just the third? It's just the third, man. Nadigo said, instead of adding more teams to the league, he's just going to vote to move the Nets to Vegas. They should. I mean, the thing with the Brooklyn Nets is that they have no fan base. Going to Brooklyn was the worst decision ever. They got no fan base in New York. None. The people who go to Brooklyn Nets games are there to watch the other team. You know, the people who went to the Brooklyn Nets game tonight are there to watch SGA. Because it might be the only time they could afford a ticket in New York to watch the league MVP play. You know, like they were better off in Jersey, which it wasn't great in Jersey anyway, but they should have rebranded while still in New Jersey. Change the name of the Nets, change your color scheme, update and renovate the arena, make it a better feeling situation to be there, but instead you move to Brooklyn. And even though you were able to steal Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving away from the New York Knicks, you still couldn't build a fan base there. And now you are on the verge of being one of the worst teams in NBA history, at least being in the conversation with how bad they're playing right now. So instead of being, oh yeah, we're going to challenge the Knicks for New York and we're going to build our own fan base up there. No, you got stomped out. And instead now the Knicks are a championship contending team and you are in the running for worst team in NBA history. George Jones said, moving back to Jersey? Listen, as somebody who has lived his entire life and has grown up in Jersey, Jersey doesn't want the Nets. Not in their current incarnation. They want if they did come back to Jersey, Jersey wants a different team. You know? Like they would want something that is inherently New Jersey-esque. They don't want the whatever the Nets were before and whatever they've turned themselves into now. Which also, by the way, the rebrand was terrible. The rebrand was terrible. The logo's fine, but the color scheme, black and white, like it could not have been more bland. It's the most bland. Like even the Spurs throw a little bit of silver in there to get a little bit of pop. You know, like their jerseys have the silver in it. And that can pop the jersey a little bit. You got a black and white logo with black and white jerseys on a black and white court. Like, it's ugly. It's boring. It's the worst case of modern design taking over in the NBA. My goodness. Bible said, stop, if Kyrie wasn't hurt and Harden at the same time, we would have won the championship. Sure, brother. Live in your hypothetical world where maybe you win a championship if the guys don't get hurt. Sure, that's awesome. Let's celebrate the hypothetical championships. You know, if John Starks maybe hits a three, maybe hits one of those jump shots back in the day, then the Knicks hypothetically win that championship against the Rockets, win that series. What are we doing living in hypothetical worlds? It didn't happen. They were hurt. You didn't pull it off. That's what happens. That's basketball. Bible said we have Gucci colors on the court. Well, it's not Gucci. It's that, isn't it the Basquiat design? Which is not good. It looks like crayon colorings on the court. It is not a good design at all. Crandon said it's a booty butt cheeks color, not gonna lie. I mean, Crandon doesn't even have a dog in this fight. He's a Timberwolves fan. It's bad. I don't like the Brooklyn Nets design at all. Kata down the lane gets the layup to go over post, and this one's gonna be pretty much over. We'll probably sign up out of here around the halfway point, which is probably gonna be the next timeout we get. I think it was a successful challenge, by the way. I think the Warriors challenged that play, that foul on Santos, and they were successful. So they waved off the basket from Derek White, but Kata gets the layup to go anyway. And now Post has it, ball knocked out of his hands, but gets it out to Richard. Richard gets it down low to Post. Post kicks it over to Gary Payton, gets the layup to go. Bible said, we drafted a good team, though. Just didn't play out well. Where'd my guy Bible's message go? We'll see. The jury is out on whether or not you drafted a good team yet. You know, I don't have an opinion one way or the other on them. A jump ball between Gary Payton and Baylor Shireman. It's a 17-point game. 8:15 to go here. Jersey Dad said 9:06 p.m. It's amazing you made it this far. The Warriors did a pretty good job of not getting blown out tonight. You're keeping the hope out that maybe they could shock them. You know, we do know the Celtics can shoot themselves out of games sometimes. They have been known to shoot themselves out of these games. And if the Warriors could get hot from the perimeter, could have been a game. Could have been. But it does not look like it's going to happen. Ebony, technically not over. This still might be a comeback. I'm going to give them to the 6-minute mark to show me some improvement. You go over to Gary Payton, floater, got it to go. It's 15, so there's improvement. We're not going anywhere as long as the possibility exists. I'll tell you that. 8 minutes to go here. Pritchard bringing it down to get over to Kata. Kata up top, hands it off to Pritchard. Pritchard attacking to his left over to Kata. Kata down the lane, knocks down a low floater in the paint. And the Celtics just executing the Golden State Warriors to death tonight. They don't have the horses to keep up in this game here tonight at all. At all. A three, I think that's from Post. Can't get it to go. Hit ahead to Pritchard. Pritchard, in and out dribble, attacking. Got a wide open layup, gets it to go. And it's a 101 to 82, 19-point game. Crandon says, speaking of the Nets, they're losing by 39 right now. That's why we were speaking about the Nets, Crandon. That's how they came up. That's how they came up in conversation. Green missed the layup, but Gary Payton right there for the two-handed putback. Kata hands it off to Pritchard. Pritchard down the lane, layup, got it to go for Pritchard. I mean, he has picked on Quentin Post all night. I'm starting to feel bad for Quentin Post. Payton Pritchard is bringing him into every action and is just wheeling and dealing on him here tonight. Green hands it off to Richard, over to Gary Payton, wide open right corner three, right wing three, can't get it to go. Podziemski snags the offensive rebound. Over to Green. Green lobs it over the top. Post catches. Has it along the baseline. Picks up his handle. Kicks it out to Green. Extra pass. Will Richard. Left corner 3 for him. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Rebound over to Shireman. Here comes Payne Pritchard pushing it. Pritchard kicks it out to Tatum. Tatum has it up top. 6:30 to go. It's a 19-point game. Next time out, we're going to wrap it up there, folks. Tatum puts up the 3. Got it to go. Got it to go. And that's it. There goes the comeback. I mean, the comeback's been gone for a while. Bible said I really disliked that when I was working there. Oh, going in the middle of the conversation, but another either miss or turnover for the Warriors. Christian Blaze said the New Jersey Nets didn't even have a good fan base. They didn't. They didn't. When they went to the finals back-to-back, Brooklyn should really go to the G League. Yeah. I will say, though, their arena, as somebody who lives in Jersey, their arena is off of the highway and so far out of the way. It's literally dead in the center on a highway that is right in the middle of rush hour. And so if you're trying to go to the game, you would often, if you live in Jersey and you're trying to drive there, you'd have to leave at like 5 or 6. Not 6. You'd have to leave at like 5 to get to the game on time because of all the traffic. And then leaving the arena, it was just a bad experience. It was in a bad location. The Izod Center, which was where they played, terrible arena, poorly outdated, was in bad need of a renovation, which, was part of the reason why they ended up moving, because they were like, we're not going to renovate the arena. We're just going to build a new one over there in New York. But the fact that Jersey couldn't get a new arena built or at least renovate the Izod Center, terrible. We got 5:40 to go. It's a 22-point deficit. So, again, next timeout break, next dead ball, we're going to get up out of here. We're going to end it earlier tonight. No need to hang around to the very end. Bible said, no point driving. Train drops you right there. Yeah, but then you would have to leave extremely early. And if you already live in Jersey, it's just a pain to get to the train, brother. Bruce Fallow to Bruce, old enough to remember when they played in Piscataway. That's crazy. Derek White a 3, well short. Rebound for post. It is 84 to 106. I'm waiting on the timeout so we can get a bat here. If I was at even Jay-Z took the train, I mean, Jay-Z was just a figurehead. Mojo said, how many points did Derek White have? Derek White with 11.6 boards and 1 assist so far here tonight. And that'll probably end his night. As we get the timeout, we get the Boston timeout. The Warriors did score there. It's an 18-point game, but we have 5 minutes to go here tonight. And that's going to wrap us up, man. That's a Newark needs a team? I don't know if Newark needs a team. I don't know. I don't know where the team goes. I don't know. I don't. There's an old mall in Jersey called Central Mall. That's not his full name, but that's what everybody refers it to. I always thought, because malls are dying, it's not a great mall. It's kind of old and decrepit a little bit. It's getting to that point. I always thought, bro, that's right in the middle of the city. Like, that would, if it's already got a driveway, if we converted that mall over to an arena, whoo, brother, we might be cooking, right? Right in the heart of the city. That's how you attract a fan base right there. It's on the waterfront, too. Like the Central Mall is right by the waterfront. It would just be a beautiful sight. But, of course, the only way that would happen is if they approved by taxpayer money. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if I want to pay. If I don't want to contribute paying to a New Jersey Nets arena. So, just that said, malls are private owned. I don't know who owns it. But I'll tell you what, it's dying. It's dying in there. Bruce Fowler said, you're a trooper to come to for this Golden State Warriors is hard to watch. They have been hard to watch as of late. But it was really there were no other games really to watch. And, we had Warriors, Celtics, we had Thunder, Nets, Blazers, Pacers, Raptors, Bulls, but this has ended up being a blowout too. This maybe could have been interesting. Jazz, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Clippers, Pelicans. I mean, this is tied at 60. Pelicans have been playing better as of lately, so all right, there's that one. You got Hawks, Mavs, no thanks. You got Nuggets, Grizzlies, no thanks. The only other game I thought about was this Lakers-Rockets game, but it's a 9:30 start time. And you guys know during the week it's hard for me to do the late games because we've got to wake up early. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up there. Unfortunately, the game ended up being a blowout. We're prepared for that, though. We thought it was definitely a possibility that could happen. So it is what it is. We will be back tomorrow. No Knicks game tomorrow. They have 2 days off. So real quick before I go, just to let everybody know, we will be live we got Magic Hornets. Got Lakers Heat. Sun Spurs. We might do Sun Spurs. Either Sun Spurs or Magic Hornets. One of the two. I will decide. 7 o'clock start time versus 8 o'clock start time. Sun Spurs. Do we watch the Spurs again? Do we watch the Hornets? I think we watch the Spurs. I think we watch Sun Spurs tomorrow. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Bible said, yes, Spurs. Spurs are more fun to watch, so we might watch Sun Spurs. And Devin Booker is one of my favorite players to watch in the league, so we might watch Sun Spurs. We're going to watch Sun Spurs tomorrow, 8 o'clock start time. It's not too late. It is a West Coast game, but not too late, so we should be all right for it. So I appreciate you guys. For hanging out with me for a pretty brutal matchup. Again, we were hoping as Knicks fans, as a Knicks fan, and I know most of us in the chat are Knicks fans, hoping for a Golden State Warriors upset over the Boston Celtics as the New York Knicks are chasing the Celtics here. But that did not happen. The expected happened of the Boston Celtics dominating the game here tonight. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up there. As always, shout out all the channel members who have decided to help support this channel. By becoming a member. And so whether you were gifted a membership, you decided to become a member, all on your own. I appreciate your generosity nonetheless. So I appreciate you guys. And I appreciate the generosity of you guys hanging out with me here tonight for what ended up being like not the greatest entertainment game. But again, I want to be live. Even if the games aren't great and our options aren't great, I do want to be live. I do want the consistency of being live every night. So with that being said, we'll wrap it up there. We'll see each other again tomorrow, as always. So Ebony, Bible, Bruce Fowler, Justice's dad, thank you guys. Mojo, Ahmed, Eric C. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. And remember to brush teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.